fine.
We are live. Hello! I don't know what Hannah's eating, but it seems to be the intro to the show from now on. So
Hi.
put your requests in, kids, and we'll see what we can sort out next week. Welcome to
Heavyweight mukbang.
What? Welcome to Heavyweight Gaming. We run lots of tabletop games on the channel. Tonight we don't have Ree with us, aka Althea, till the break. So we'll watch out if you're fanning over Ree. She'll be back, don't worry. Right, let's go through the normal stuff. We are on social media, so if you go to Instagram, if you go to Facebook, if you go to Twitter and you put in Heavyweight Gaming, you will find our account. You can follow it, subscribe to it, whatever the button is that you press on those particular platforms, and you'll get to see whatever I determined to write that very morning. It's absolute waffle, and we'll tell you when we're going live a few times, so please follow us on there. You may have seen, if you're into TikTok and you follow our friend who's quite a popular TikToker, he tagged me in a TikTok with my TikTok account of 0 followers and 0 following. In fact, I think he's the only one to follow. Don't follow us on TikTok. You will see nothing. Just for those people that have all of a sudden started, like Pidge started following the TikTok, Jumping Jade started following my TikTok. I was like, there will be no TikTok videos on that account.
I just need to go and follow the TikTok. I'll be back.
Feel free to waste your time, kids. So, what do we do next? We do the sponsors. Sponsors for this lovely campaign that we're doing. I feel I should have the Greek music carrying on when we do the intro. Coyote Grey is our main sponsor for this particular campaign. Do not make a TikTok command, Bardic. If you go to Roll20's marketplace and type in Coyote Grey, you'll get to see a load of chibi token packs. I think there's 8 of them, and a singular cyberpunk pack. They've all got like 100 tokens in. They're super cool. I personally love chibi art in its various forms. So the tokens are amazing. I use them on my cyberpunk games. I use them on my D&D games. Well, Pathfinder. Any game I am playing that requires a token. So go check out Coyote Grey. Really cool. If you go to Twitter. Twitter, there you go, and put R. Burson, which I'll put in there, I think. You can actually see what he's getting up to the minute. He's currently going through a web cartoon. I can't remember what it's called. Webtoon, web comic, web, whatever the terminology is. Already on it. Cheers, Code Red. But yeah, you're doing well here. Cheers, Clockwork. Cheers. So go check out Coyote Grey. Unofficial sponsors. We have Sirenscape, who are epic sounds. Epic games need epic sounds, which is very true for what they provide you. Ambient, sound set, special effects. If you're playing around a table, because you are jammy bastards, then you can use your phones, your tablets, your PCs, Bluetooth devices. You can play the music. You've got Dragonfire going on. You've got Goblin Raids, Catacombs, Giant Spider Fights, Temples, Elven Vales. Really, really cool stuff. We play online, obviously. You can get your players to download a web player app. Whatever you play as the game host, they get to hear through the web player app, and then they can turn it up and down to their heart's content. Some folks are distracted by it, other folks like it blaring out like it's in their face. So go check out Sirenscape. 2-minute tabletop. We have been honoured to have Loki Battle sponsor the channel on pretty much all of our campaigns, and they still do provide lots of love and support for our channel, which is cool because we love them. However, for when glory is not enough, we started using the 2-minute tabletop maps. They're super, super cool. Just Google 2-minute tabletop. They've got hundreds of options to use, and they're all hand-drawn. They feel very fast, sketchy. Some of them you spent a little bit more time on, and they're very, I don't know the word. They're very me. They're a bit messy and a bit colourful. All right. So go check out 2-minute tabletop. They're amazing. I can't wait to bring out more and more of them that I've been collecting to use on this campaign. Hey, up now. Sponsors. Roughworks Creative. Go check him out on Facebook. Link will be in the chat. Sawdust and Swear Words. Go check him out on Facebook. Link will be in the chat. We've got a 2-minute tabletop link as well. If you're into woodwork and leatherwork, Roughworks Creative and Sawdust and Swear Words are brilliant. Just go check out what they've got on their photo albums, on their Facebook pages. They are incredibly talented at what they do, and you know, I just wish they'd be super famous so I didn't have to work again. But yes, for those of you that are going to the UK Games Expo at the beginning of June, you'll get to see me and my lovely Dungeon Master screen created by Roughworks Creative, which I've been dying to show the world, but obviously everyone decided to get Zombie Plague. But yeah, so come and see us at the Games Expo, where I will be sat next to Bardic Inspiration, as they have their beautiful store. They'll be selling dice and bags and candles. The ambient candles they have is unbelievable. It's so cool to have at games around the table. But yeah, so they'll be like running a business. I'll be sat there lording it up with a Dungeon Master screen in front of me, shouting Colossus every 5 seconds. Also, assuming they give me the nod, I've put in my little sales pitch. We should be doing a world building panel at UK Games Expo, where you can come and listen to me talk about how I'm a professional world builder and everything I say is absolute fact. Yeah, bring popcorn. So that's cool. At the beginning of August, we're at the GSCon, which there should be a link in chat soon. So GSCon is running its first to second con up in Manchester. They're raising money for charity to do with mental health and how gaming can help with mental health. It's really cool. I've talked to Matt, who is the organiser, owner, runner of said con. He's got a lot of passion for what he's doing, so much so it's very infectious, and I dive right on board with it. So I'll be... Sorry, Bardic. I'll be running a one-shot for them on their Saturday slot, I believe. We've got our own seminar room, so I, as Heavyweight Gaming, will be running a D&D5e one-shot for 8 to 10 people. So if you want to go jump on there and sign up and get a ticket, come along and you'll have 4 hours of absolute chaos as I try and control mostly new D&D players in a 10-person party. Yes! Thank you, Robert. Not hail the HeavyCon. HeavyCon is a thing on the list. I will get to it. And yes, if you do buy a ticket, please use the code EMRYS, EMRYS 10. You can see it in the chat, and you get 10% off. She's sponsoring the con itself, or at least is one of the sponsors. She's a really really lovable, really cool streamer, and you'll get to meet her as well, so do that. Tasha's Heavy Crop Pot of Bits and Bobs. Go to DM's Guild. There's a 5th ed source book there. It's 81 pages of beautiful nerdiness. It's got artwork in it. Loads of nerdy friends wrote some stuff. Loads of nerdy friends drew some stuff. We put it all together and we sold it out to the masses. It sold 200 copies. So we got a few quid back for those that contribute their time, which is amazing. There's 80 new spells in there. It's really, really cool. It's less than $10 on DM's Guild. Go check it out. Which leads me to... We are currently putting together the Kickstarter process to give the world Atoria as a source book. Yes, a sort of full-on source book. There'll be stretch goals, with like players' companion books. There'll be artwork. There'll be minis. There'll be well, I asked the public about stretch goals, and there was just an absolute tons and tons of lists of possible stuff to do. Having a one-shot with the creators was up there, cheeky, but we'll see. But yeah, so look out for our Kickstarter announcement. Trying to think what else I got. We got 2 charity streams this year. 2. The first one is on July the 30th. There'll be more about it when we get stuff going. It's for Jerry's Dog Homes in Lincolnshire, Doncaster area. They deal with rescue dogs, and a fair few of my friends up in Zinorth get their rescue dogs from Jerry Green's, I think it's called. I'd have to double check in case they sue me for getting it wrong. But they're lovely people. I'm looking forward to working with them and trying to get some stuff done for them. And our very own Mr. Valentine, Eduardo Tumbleweed, the slimmer version of me, is going to be Dungeon Master in it. So that's going to be super cool. 24 hours, we'll let you know when that's happening. And then we're doing another one in winter, which I'll shout more about when the first one's happened. Is that it? Bits. There's a new thing about bits, kids. Partly because you, mother kippers in the chat, there is no cap on bits anymore. It's still 200 a reroll, but you can go past the 5 because you always do. No matter what I say, you always go past the 5. So if you
also
feel
because
sorry,
our rerolls are so bad that we need more.
no. The idea to cap them was so I could enjoy your bad rerolls. So do you feel sorry for the adventurers? Donate 200 bits /tears to give the party a reroll. Monkey face. They can't be used on the DM or death saving throws. They can only hold as many as you lot contribute at a time. They do not roll over to the following week. So they've got to use them tonight. So if you do give them 300, they've got to use them tonight. They don't roll over. And yes, Tuesday they were absolutely spamming them because it went a bit rough. I think that's it. Is that it, kids? Have I forgotten anything?
I think you could.
Oh, podcast. Go to Spotify, search Heavyweight Gaming. I think that'll bring it up.
Search Heavyweight RPG.
Heavyweight RPG even. There you go. And you should find our first episode of this particular show in podcast form. So if you do happen to need to catch up during the week, whatever, or if you have friends that prefer podcasts because they can't watch us on a Tuesday, give them the podcast. They can listen to it through the week. And then, yeah. Wait. I think you should change it also. We can give rerolls to a GM, but a 500 a pop. Just saying. All right?
Ooh.
I think we should.
If you donate
that's a great
500
idea.
bits, I'll get a reroll. I mean, it's easy for me to say, do I worry? It's easy for me to say. So if you want to donate 500 bits, I'll take that 500 bits and I'll reroll everything. And I'll use them.
I'll take that 500 bits and kill the party.
Rocked.
But today, just you.
So, let's...
You really want to hurt me.
more than you know. I mean... Right, so, as we get... Sunscape, by the way, folks, is on the same mixer as the players. So if it's a bit loud or a bit quiet, please let me know. And I shall try and adjust as I find my... music.
Muzak.
So, the party have come together in various ways, and they are within a mountain that, so far, seems to be absolutely snow-capped. Blizzard's going on the outside of it. They ventured deeper into it. They have done a few things. They threw these weird and wonderful purple gemmed garnets that they had on necklaces that somehow came to be around their necks from various means in Session Zeros. They all threw them into a nebula that they opened through a very, very complicated trap. Except one, the mighty bard, Velt Tumbleword. For he shall not be parted from his garnet, it will remain with him at all times. Din din din. They crawled through a tunnel that was the same size as a gnome, so they were all on hands and knees, except the gnome who walked through laughing and joking and swaying because he had all the space in the world. They crossed the river, they fought 3 snakes, but all 3 of them had 2 heads, so you could say they fought 6 snakes. There was a fire snake, there was a venomous snake, and there was a meaty snake who liked to constrict. You killed them all.
Liked hugs.
Liked hugs. Like really long long hugs in the moonlit beaches. Beaches even. Wow, I have to reword that. Bjorn, being the absolute elite hunter-trapper skinner he is, went at him with a packed blade axe. Probably didn't, but I'm going to say it because, you know, for flair. Managed to get enough. You're muted, mate, so you can join in and argue back all you want. That's right. Too late. No take backsies. Bjorn managed to get some pieces of the skin from a couple of the serpents, and may or may not use them in crafting materials later on. Because MMO kids. They then followed the crushed crystal road into a cave. The crushed crystal. It turns out that Rhea, the dark druid, is aware that said material. I hope you lot of Blizzdot, you cannot give yourself bits, alright? I know who you are, okay?
I just wanted to join in the hype train.
You can
This
give
is
me
the
bits
reason why
if
you
you
do
want.
everything anonymously. Then he can't say
I was just
no.
doing it for the hype train. I'm not
And
trying
to
to
give them
cheat.
to me.
So,
Being good.
Rhea confirmed that the crystal was used for very young aspiring casters as a component to give them a little boost in their magics. They walked into a cave that was absolutely filled, like all the walls, it was growing out the walls, the ceiling towards them, everything. Having a look around the place, you discovered a large Arctic bear that was covered in this crushed crystal that glowed reds and stuff across its fur. You fought it. Its phase basically just, you know, stood there, got slapped, stood there again, got slapped, nearly died, got back up, nearly died, got back up, did a flying headbutt. Rhea, away! Thanks for the gift. Oh, I hadn't changed the sound effect for gifted sub. Thank you, Cardiff Rogue. So,
I thought you were just going Rhea, way. And I'm
Way,
like,
way.
I know.
It's Rhea.
bit of Dark
Way.
Druid. Me and Zabia know all about dark druids, don't we? Dark fae. Anyway, so Rhea stood there and tanked this white bear, this Arctic bear, in snake form, which was absolutely amazing. To be fair, it was very cinematic. I was there. I was in the moment. It was great. Bear dies. You're all having a look around the place. There is a long tunnel that stretches behind where the bear was chilling out in its cave. But you don't have time to investigate where that goes, as your young bardic friend, with the grey hair and the grey tash, young, very young, as you turn and see, he starts to rise. He starts to rise, as the necklace that he didn't throw away tightens around his throat and is now essentially hanging him, as he is now suspended in the air. And you... I'm just playing some music. It might come through very loud, so... And you hear a song, an enchanting song, emanate all around the cave. Hello, Lucy. Are you okay? Yeah?
It's bedtime.
It's bedtime. So while you hear this spooky song, I'm going to say bye-bye to my boys. Where's the ginger one?
It's the ginger.
Go on, Ginger. You're putting your t-shirt on. That's a good idea, because I tell Eddie he's got to put his t-shirt on. Can those... Are you all in Soonscape? Except Rich, obviously.
Yeah.
No.
Alright, chat. Let me know if that's too loud. And whoever's clicking the pen, I can hear it. You bastards. Go on, give me a kiss.
Barcelona.
Barca, you were lucky. I'm about to slap thee on the internet, lad. Go on, give me a kiss. Go.
That's a smart kid right there. You
Right,
Barcelona.
Eddie says sweet dreams. Right, go.
I'll find my friend's 4-foot snake.
Samson. I'll put it in there. Go to bed, please. That's right. I'll shout at you off screen. Shut up, you. Smash your face in a totally legal way. So, you can all hear enchanting music in a cave. Crystals everywhere. Your bard seems to be being strangled to death silently. What do you do?
Panic gently.
Cool. That's one death saving from Volk. What can you do?
How far up in the air?
Maybe 10 feet. So like his feet are 10 feet in the air.
How tall is the roof of the cavern?
20, 25 feet in the highest points, and then it dips at certain areas where it may be 6 feet.
Okay, just to clarify, you said that it was tight. The necklace was tightening around his throat.
Yep.
So even if I flew up to cushion him, it's still going to do nothing.
You don't know?
I slither out from underneath Faye's and default back into my humanoid form. And I'm going to fly up to cushion him. Oh,
Hi.
Hi, gorgeous. I don't think you're doing anything for a minute.
Sausage Eddie.
Sausage Eddie.
We need to call you something else, by the way, and I'll get arrested. Right, so this is your new dungeon master. This is Lucy.
I'm in.
Amazing.
Roll initiative.
Are you going to shout monster? Shout monster, Lucy.
Monster.
Good girl.
Monster.
Right.
Oh,
we're
no.
gonna go sit with mummy now.
Monster in the bed.
There's a monster under the
Monster
bed.
under the bed.
Is it a
I'm
dragon?
not fighting that.
Is it a dragon? You alright?
I hope there's no monster under the bed.
On the settee. You go sit on the settee then with mummy. So bye-bye.
I know, Lucy.
Shout
I feel
bye-bye.
like she scared herself with the monster under the bed.
Scared me.
You go sit with mummy.
I'm worried.
Right, so Eddie dies.
No
apparently.
dragons in Colossus, Lucy.
What we after? Oh, the door did. So you change back into your dark face self.
Indeed I do, and I'm going to fly up into the air and kind of hold on to Velk and try and kind of go further up so there's nowhere else that the necklace can really go.
So as you're lifting him, he's already been pulled upwards, so you don't need to necessarily use your strength to grab hold of him. But
Fantastic, because I don't
but
have
it does. Yeah. The mind. But you do feel that, or at least Velk feels a slight loosening around the chain as you're lifting him. But it's still pulling against him, so you're kind of going with it
Still
to keep it
not
loose.
enough, yeah.
But you've only got
I'm
maybe
more worried
5 or
that
10
if he-
feet. Drops.
I'm more worried that he's going to drop, yeah.
Okay.
So
Or
I
choke.
can at least cushion the
Give
drop.
me a Constitution saving throw, Velk.
Come on, Velk.
That is a
We've got
12.
4 rerolls.
A 12?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. You are still managing just as it got loosened when Ray came up. You managed to get your little fingers just on the inside of it to give yourself a bit of pressure, but you're kind of pulling against it, and you're just real tiny gasps of air at the minute. You're still choking, but you're getting enough air to last a bit
I'll be like,
longer.
The party watches as the necklace floats off into the sky.
Can I please attempt to pull said necklace off of his neck, please?
Can you give me a dexterity check with disadvantage? See if you can get your biddy fingers in the chin.
That's a natural 1.
Okay, that'll
You
be
have
a...
rerolls.
You have lots of
Plus
rerolls.
4.
You
So I'm gonna take-
so you
I'm gonna
reroll.
take a reroll.
You reroll the roll, so it's another roll at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Stabs me.
Okay,
in the
this is much better.
Is it
At
disadvantage?
a 16, yes, because
Okay.
my first roll was an 18, my second is 13, plus 3,
Lovely.
so that'd be a 16, please.
You now have your fingers into the chain as well, but you can feel it tightening around your fingers, so your now hands are against Velk's throat. So he's just enough
At
that
the
he's...
sides, though, not at the
Yeah,
airway.
yeah, you've literally grabbed the main bit that would kill him. You're on the meaty bits at the start.
necklace isn't doing it fast enough.
And there is a bit of you can now breathe real, like it's like tight, real tight to breathe, Velk. But you are not immediately down, but you are still going higher and higher.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast the gem.
I mean, how many rerolls have you got?
3 now.
You know,
No, I think the question is, how much health do we have?
not a lot in the next 5 seconds. I'll tell you that.
But it's the gem, right? So I'm just going to...
The gem's like right here, mate.
If I
Okay.
see, I was going to say,
The
if I
necklace-
see,
the necklace is tightened around his neck. It's not a noose. He's not like hanging.
Alright.
It's only a small necklace. So the gem is here, tight against his throat. Are you shooting it? I'm all
Yeah,
for it. I'm all
we
for
could
it.
probably
mate.
we could probably heal him. It's fine.
Yeah, because you're all healers, except that war
Could you
cleric
also
you've got.
heal me?
I'd like to try and knock Bjorn over and stop him firing the bolt at the necklace.
Have you announced you're firing an Eldritch Blast, or are you just going to go Eldritch Blast?
It's got somatic and verbal components, so if I have time,
I'm just gonna say Eldritch Blast.
It's going to say.
So give me a dex check.
Eldritch
Give me a
Blast.
dex check, Fizz. Just a
Dex
straight
check.
straight up dex check. D20 plus your
Okay.
dex.
yeah. Oh, you know what a dex check. Oh, well, that was a natural 20, and I've got +1.
Cool. You do indeed. Give me now. Your attack is at disadvantage. Bjorn.
Right.
I'm sorry if this makes things worse. I apologise in advance.
That 20 at the bad side
It's,
explodes.
it's unlikely he's going to roll 2 nat 20s. So if he does now, he's cheating.
+6. That is going to be an 18.
Cool. So as you see Bjorn like move his hands, the energy form. That instant, you're like, hang about, and then you look where he's looking. You just shoulder into him, and as he slips, he still gets off the Eldritch Blast, which, due to its arcane nature, is pretty accurate. Roll your damage.
I tried, guys.
I'm just watching.
Well,
It's at 12 points of damage, Velk.
I'd be
As
unconscious.
the
again.
Eldritch Blast
not
does
me.
indeed hit the gem. And you. The gem doesn't seem to resist it as a target of its own. It just seems to be part of the person, and therefore the Eldritch Blast hit the person. Are you still conscious, Velk?
I am indeed.
That is
doesn't break the
definitely
necklace.
close.
It doesn't break the chain or anything like that.
Does not break the chain or anything. What colour is your Eldritch Blast?
Mine would be a pale blue-white.
As it hits, it brightens when it hits Velk.
I like to think that I was opening my mouth to say something just as I look round and see him. I'm wide-eyed and I'm like,
Don't shoot. You can still hear that enchanted song all around. Velk seems to be in some sort of muted state as well. You can't really hear Velk as he's trying to speak or grunt or groan. Rhea, you notice this more acutely than the rest, being right close to him, just kind of holding his feet as they're going up. When he's like trying to struggle, you don't hear that. You don't hear any of that. You just see him doing the facial features.
Is he getting dragged towards anything in particular?
Just
like
up.
A patch
Just
of
going up.
crystal or...
Just
Is
wherever
anything on the
Velk
roof?
was stood, he just went straight up. There doesn't seem to be anything that stands out about the particular part of the ceiling that he's going up to.
So correct me if I'm wrong. I took no damage then.
You took no damage. Eldritch Blast is a very accurate spell.
God.
Now, Fireball.
I cast Fireball.
Atheria casts.
I would like to do another attempt on snapping the chain, please.
Okay. As you begin to snap the chain, you notice the book that floats forever next to Velk and the quill scratching on it a lot. And as you're sort of like trying to break the chain, you see the words on there, and it's as if Velk has been writing that like the choking sounds and the every now and then it's tight. You can see Velk's interpretation of what's going on in the book.
Good thing I can't read.
Yep. So have another try and snap the chain. It's at disadvantage. In fact, I'll give it a flat roll because you've got your hands in there already.
I take a reroll.
I hope you're keeping track of these rerolls.
There we go.
Yeah,
so we've used. I've used 2.
Okay.
I have used 2.
We're down
so we
to
have
2.
2 left.
They're there to use. You know?
Fantastic. So that is a 23. No, 22.
Cool. Val, give me a Constitution saving throw.
If you could please succeed.
7.
I mean, it's the opposite of. So,
Or you could also take a reroll.
as you snap, you could take a reroll.
How many we got?
2 left.
2
2.
more.
Ah,
Go on.
well, I feel like yeah, go on then.
Treat
Go on.
yourself.
Go on. Treat yourself.
14.
14. As Rhea snaps the chain, all of a sudden sound comes back to you, Velk. You're able to call, say, as you wish, but you're still gasping for air. You don't pass out, but you are now going to drop to the floor unless Rhea does really well on her
No,
strength
I'm.
check. Yeah,
What I've
strength
done is
check.
that I've kind of like babied it.
So
You can't, your hands
you
are in the
managed
chain.
to pull a chain.
No, like with my legs underneath
Okay,
him.
so give me a strength check.
Okay, a 16.
Cool. You managed to catch Velk, but he's dragging you down. So you are, I will
That's
say, you are
fine.
able to clumsily land with Velk on the floor.
That's fine.
The
Ever
gem
fall.
remains suspended where it was when you snapped the chain. So you and Velk hit the deck. The chain itself snaps, and there is just a very small gem, just about 20, 25 feet in the air.
I'd be like, look up, be like, the gem hovers above them.
Elk, shut up. We need to destroy that gem.
Just doing my job.
And how do you suggest we destroy the gem when firing whatever that was at it just made it glow brighter?
We'll try it again now without so much destruction.
All this, you see the eldritch flesh peeling magic all over Velk.
I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast the gem again.
Give me a attack roll.
Have you considered that this might not be working?
He's about to.
I can do this all day. It does not really matter to me.
All right, Captain.
Great!
That's gonna be
I can do this all
a
day.
24.
24. Your Eldritch Blast hits it and goes, it sticks to it and goes, and the gem swallows the magic.
You were
Yeah.
right. It did not work.
That worked really well.
We have a problem. I think that gem is absorbing the energies from these crystals, and there's a lot of it. So whoever is absorbing all of this is about to become real powerful, real quick.
The
Because even though this stuff is meant for newbies,
the party looks at where the bear was and the gap behind.
We should leave.
Quite possibly, yeah. I would
I'm
prefer
going to go
to
look at the gap behind the bear.
get rid of it, but
Cool. Give me a perception check,
Can I also
good at
attempt to look?
if you want. Are you helping Etheria, or are you having a separate...
I'll help Etheria.
You got advantage, Etheria.
That's probably a good thing.
That's
Or
one of
not.
my eyes falls off.
17.
17. It goes forwards for about 30 feet and then dips sharply. But as you just get a little bit closer to that dip, you can see that it is more a steady slope downwards. Not a sliding slope, just a steady slope downwards. And a strong smell of mushrooms.
There's a bit of a ramp, and it smells like fungus, mushrooms.
it's better than a magic cave where this thing could absorb all energy. And since I am magic, I'd rather not be here.
They
Maybe
could
it
be magic
connects.
mushrooms.
It could connect to the other mushroom cave, though. The other one that smelled mushroomy before. I agree.
They could be magical mushrooms.
It's got to be better than here, right? I'm gonna grab Velk and like support. I was gonna say I'll put Velk's arm over my shoulder, but that is absolutely not gonna work because it's Diddy. So I'm just gonna I don't know, lean down and walk with Velk supporting.
As you lean down, I just climb, scramble up here.
I'm fine with it. FaZe is super tall. It's fine.
So,
Just make your head on the ceiling.
Velk's just kind of laying against FaZe. Are you on the human side or the Soulforge side?
Soulforged, hopefully.
Whichever side you let down of. Okay, Soulforged there, yeah.
It's the strong arm, you see.
All right.
Take my strong hand.
Mashed potatoes everywhere. So as FaZe is carrying Velk, whilst he tends to his wounds, what's the plan? Are you all just going down the slope?
Are we going down?
I'm gonna hang back and investigate the cave that the bear was sleeping in.
Give me an investigation check.
Poke it, Bjorn. Poke it.
Always. Investigation is a 15.
First thing that catches your eye when you're trying to just scoot around and see where the boat was is where the crystal was almost stuck to the fur. This crushed crystal stuck to the fur of the bear. It's burnt into the bear and maybe 6 or 7 inch into it, like a full-on acidic wound, all over the bear where the crushed crystal was. In its actual caved area, you can see that you can quite clearly see where it slept on the crushed crystal, and there's an open gap the size of the bear, and then bits around where it would have been its bedded area. What did you get?
15.
15. You find a dagger that it's got a real thin handle, real thin stiletto blade. It's like a extended letter opener almost in design. The point of it is so precise that you don't feel you'd have to put a lot of effort into to pinprick something with this stiletto blade. But it does feel less of a weapon and more of a precision tool to do such a thing. But the handle is a lovely silver and the blade is just as silver, but you can clearly see the disconnect between handle and blade. That's all you really find.
Way. Follow the rest of them.
Cool.
And down.
As you make your way down, you can still hear the song behind you. A moment or two later, who's at the back?
Probably Bjorn, because he was the last person to leave.
I'm at the back. Yeah.
Cool.
Altherio is probably also go. Dragging Remy along.
Yeah,
Aw,
poor
Remy.
Remy. Poor Remy.
Poor Remy, he keeps trying to blow people up.
Only on request. I'm just saying. Every
What about this
portion.
potion?
Every portion you've asked for. I'm just saying.
Actually, no, the one for Bjorn he offered.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Well, he was going to die, you know what I mean?
Also, it worked. So,
Yeah, that was the only one that's worked so far.
The healing one would have worked really well for you and the bear. As you're all walking away down this tunnel, the ground here is like a dirt track, a dried dirt track. The walls still have that moisture to them and that more rounded, curved edges to the stonework where lots and lots of waters just constantly run down it instead of the jagged sharpness of the crystal cave behind you. What you hear beyond is a and the shattering of what feels like every glass window you've ever seen in your travels from Viconia to here all at once. And you kind of just look back over you, and it's as if it's snowing in that cave, but it's clearly crystal shattering and just floating down. As gently as snow would. It doesn't just all hit the floor in a shattering mess. It just floats down.
It just floats down. It doesn't seem to be coming out into
No,
the cave.
literally, it's like you've looked back and seen a winter scene, but you know it not to be snow, you know it to be this crystal.
Probably cannot go back that way. Just a heads up. Unless any of you like to breathe crystal.
Can one breathe
Right,
crystal?
Freya just kind of looks at Altheria, and it's just like, what?
It's frowned on where I come from.
Can I hear any footsteps coming up behind us or anything from the crystally cave?
Give me a
Anything
perception
that
check.
indicates a threat.
Super sauce. It's gravy time.
15.
15. You do hear a set of footsteps crunching as if they would in the snow on this crystal, but you can't see anything when you look back.
I can hear footsteps coming from behind.
The slope is 30 feet from the entrance to the tunnel that you've just walked into. Beyond is about 30 feet from said, and you're kind of you're at the crest of the slope where it goes over from the flat bit down, yeah. And then the rest of you in front. It's not a very wide cave. You could probably get two abreast if you really forced yourselves to, but you wouldn't fight two abreast.
No.
Not just hearing beyond.
AD, can I tell if
Yeah,
I'm just
it's
hearing
in-
Bjorn?
It's
Bjorn
not-
hasn't stepped in the crystal.
It's not Bjorn. Bjorn's right next to you. You can hear the crunching of footsteps, as if they were walking in fresh snow.
In which case I'll just look mildly irritated and go, Bjorn's here! And I'm still carrying Velk like a little koala bear.
It is annoying. Well, it might be annoying for you, Vel, because your head bumps into the cave, the tunnel.
I'm gentle.
Yeah, but it's small. It's like
Velk's had a bad day. So the question is, do we run or do we try and...
I say we keep going because I don't know about you, but I don't think we can fight in this area.
We certainly can't run in this area, not well.
We can walk pretty fast.
Yeah, we'll keep going.
Alright.
Knowing that not everyone in the party has dark vision, so that we can get a feel if anything is following us and give us a bit more warning, I'm gonna touch a rock off to one side in this path, and cast light on it. I'm gonna cast a light cantrip on it. So I'm gonna light up that section of the cave, so if anything steps into it following us, we'll know.
shadows. Okay. So you place the rock down, it lights up the tunnel, and you start making your way down with the rest of the party. Yeah.
Keeping walking effectively backwards, keeping my eye out.
Being on alert, doing exactly that. You keep going. Those at the front, Althea and Remy just kind of looking around. They notice that it just keep going down, and the odour of mushrooms is stronger. But it's kind of mixed in with spices now. They will feed back to you all as you eventually get to where they are and you hit the smells as well. Nothing breaks that light. You hear nothing, you see nothing, and the enchanting music slowly fades away.
Can I still hear the footsteps behind us, even though we're moving away?
No. They were very soft. So as the further you get away, they become a lot quieter quicker than you'd normally expect.
Like someone's not following us at the same speed.
Correct.
Tab.
Now, as you are pottering along, it does start to open wider, and you do hear a tune on the air. Almost chime-like noises. I don't know how loud these are for the chat, but let me know, chat. You hear these chimes on the air, as if someone's hitting something, and then you hear the sound rather than it just being ambient. Something, someone, or some entity of whatever, of action, is causing these chimes to happen. And they're far ahead. Velk, you recognise it straight away as music being played, as it literally being played.
As I'm like coughing and spluttering still a little bit, like it's been an emotional moment. But
These last 12 seconds.
the party notices musical notes upon the air.
What is that? I would like to. How far can we tell any kind of distance from the sound, or is it just in the air?
It's just in the air. You get the feel. So, to be fair, this will remind you of some of the tea houses, Etheria, where the music, those like the bardic types of their dynasty, they play in tea halls that have a great like amphitheater feel about them. No matter how small or big the building is, you can never, if they were to go invisible all of a sudden, that's the knack, is not to know where the music's coming from, but to be within the song itself. And you get that same sort of vibe hearing this.
So it's not directional, it's just around.
It's just around. And the tunnels ahead of you do widen, but you can still hear this ambient chime.
I'm going to keep going ahead, but possibly a bit quieter.
Okay. So Althea kind of stops and is looking around the place, checking on Remy. Etheria, you walk forwards. Give me a perception check.
Great. 3.
Love it.
I'm so perceptive. I'm lost in the music.
I mean, it's good music.
It's vibing.
Yep.
Ahead of you, as you kind of just look around the twists and turns of this wider tunnel. Give me a moment, and I will describe to you what you see.
Quick one, are chippy tokens? Are they by Becky or are they by
The Coyote Grey, in this campaign you'll see Coyote Grey as the monsters and such, but your particular character tokens are done by Becky Appleyard Art, if you were to go
There
to
we
Facebook.
go.
Yes.
She's a long-term friend of mine who I met through such geeky hobbies as live-action roleplay, and she is, well, she does super cute chibis, so...
Yes.
There you go. Etheria, sorry, go on.
I was going to ask something about the cave, but don't worry. It can
Okay.
wait.
Etheria, as you walk forwards, you can see that the tunnels have the same like rolling smoothness as the rest of the place. This seems to be the common theme of all the rockwork, of all the walling around this place. As if water has just dripped down these walls for thousands of years. It takes you maybe a minute from the party. Don't worry, not going to ambush you. It takes you about a minute from the party, and you die. And as you're looking around, there is a sharp bend to your left, and there is a glowing, like Parma violet light, real subtle and dimmed, not sharp in any way, shape, or form. And it is the closest thing you found to the music getting louder, maybe, or more potent. But it is here that you can hear those chimes with a bit more around them. But it is a very sharp left.
I'm gonna, as quietly and as unobtrusively I can, just stick my head out.
You see before you lots and lots of varying sizes of purple and grey mushrooms. Some as tall as Althea and Faye, some as short as Velk, and they all scatter around the place. And there's a hue of energy around them. And for a moment, give me a performance check.
Oh wow. Can't see the number on this dice.
It's not going to help
Oh,
you in a
that's-
game of D&D.
No.
So not 20.
It's a lovely dice, but I can't read it. That was an 18. A performance plus 4. Oh, wow. 22.
Well played, samurai.
Yeah.
So you immediately see it. You walk around the corner, you see these varying sizes of purple and grey mushrooms, the hue of energy around them, and what you notice that in time with the chiming music that you're hearing, the mushrooms light up. And there's just a hue of, like an aura of like purple and grey mist around them that kind of just goes ding, 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 and just follows the chiming music, of which those ding dings were nothing like.
Yeah. Would I have had any kind of inkling what these things are? Any teachings from home? Anything?
Give me an Arcana check.
Big dice.
I'm gonna use the big dice.
Big dice didn't work. That would be an 8.
Oof. I
I did not pay attention to
I was
any of my
about to
lessons.
pull out the law then.
Do I use a reroll for a law drop?
It's your rolls. I'm just taking the chat's money. I mean, we are encouraging you to role play.
So you can do what you want with the reroll.
Do what you want, Tony.
I'm going to use it. You might get
Go
mad at
for
me
it.
later when we die in a fight. But
I'll go get my law on. 9.
that's marginally better, but not amazing. That's an 11.
Okay, you'll get a little bit, but you won't. Oh, give me a sec.
Yeah, I'm interested. That'd have been worth 10 rerolls.
Well, if you ever go back, you'll get to. Right, so. Do. There is a forest back in the dynasty called. Thank you for the bits. That's what the forest is called. You know when you're right, 400 clans.
That damn law. Homebrew law as well.
Right. It is called, so the forest you know in the Verdanis is called the Makashi Bafura Forest.
Makashi?
Makashi Bafura. Or Bafuri. Bafuri. You pronounce it how you want, it's your country.
Mm-hmm. Makashi Bafura Forest. Yep.
And the reason you think of that forest is because the butterflies that reside there are stories that they too can create music for those wandering through the trees. And the butterflies glow in time with the music that wanderers hear. Anything else about that forest you cannot remember?
I'm gonna wait there for the party to catch up and just gesture to them a little bit.
Okay. Assuming you do, what was you going to ask, Fez, about the cave area?
It's no longer relevant.
Is there any stones in here?
Actually, I'll send a psychic message back. I'll pick someone at random. I don't know. Fez says they were going to say something, and just say there's some magical musical light up mushrooms here.
I mean, it's as accurate as you're going to get.
Magical light up mushrooms
And musical.
and music. Musical magical light up mushrooms, obviously. Valk, any ideas? Is this something you've encountered before? I just want to make him see if he can keep rhyming at me.
Don't trust the mushrooms.
Do I think I don't think I've ever encountered anything like that, to be fair. I wouldn't have. Nah. Surely not. Unless there's any heroes roam.
Give me a history or arcana, your choice. Depending on which will get you a different response.
So 15, and we'll go. Let's go history. Why not?
You going with history?
Yeah.
What did you get?
15.
Oh, sorry. I didn't hear the roll.
That's cool. That's cool.
So you two remember the forest that Etheria remembered, just because of the musical, like flora sort of flavour, There are, to the south, the southern half of Heroes Rome is very Fae orientated. Broken Hearts of Ice and Magma. So there are just embellishments of tales that you may have heard when in the town of Cruel, coming through of flora that, enchanted folks, whether it were through magic or, sweet scent and like Venus flytrap type stuff, which could fit that. But as far as like historically accurate the things that you can remember, more embellishments of tales that you yourself, if you really wanted to, could spin off that one sentence that a random adventurer told you that would fit perfectly a magical musical mushroom. The 3 M's of life.
Sorry to distract for a second, but Dwarf Warrior just wrote the cutest little thing about you, Aid.
Heavyweight is one of the best DMs I've ever known. The story and lore and combat he does is just world class. The way he delivers it gives you goosebumps and it just hooks you in for more. PayPal on its way, Dwarf Warrior. PayPal on its way. Cheers now, mate. It's much appreciated.
Am I crying?
Now send me more bits.
Oh, still on Faye's shoulder, but Faye thinks to herself about enchanted mushrooms and tales of Faye and the dynasty of Faye.
Just saying, if I were Velk, Faze would be thinking of healing the wounded bat on
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, says the war cleric.
Says the war cleric. It's level 2. Rhea, Velk ground out something about Fey mushrooms. You should probably catch up with Etheria.
Yes.
You see the
Pat Velk on the back.
Oh, I burped.
just burp. Just burp.
Yeah, but no, it's okay. Feel better soon.
So you're catching up to Etheria, right?
Yeah.
Cool. As you catch up, Etheria points out and you see the varying sizes of grey and purple mushrooms. And they are, some of them are like 6-7 feet tall, others are short stumps. And they do seem to chime to the notes of the music that you are hearing in the air.
Fantastic. I would like to see what magical aspects there are of them, please.
How so? Are you detecting magic?
No. I would like to see if I have known anything like this.
Oh, okay. I thought you were pulling out a dark fate skill then, you know what I mean? No, she just wants a skill check.
No,
Do you want
just skill
to-
check, unfortunately. Sorry.
You've got a couple of options here. History, Arcana, or Nature.
I'm gonna go Arcana, please.
Cool. Give me an Arcana roll, please. And for these particular mushrooms, can you also add your Druid level?
Oh, wow, okay, that's a 22 then, please.
You instantly recognise them. If you were to describe them to outsiders, they are protectors of glades, of holy places. Is a bit of an awkward word to use, but that sort of vibe that these mushrooms are grown. Sacred places. These mushrooms are grown around the area and form a protective element to the sacred place. There are many flavours of these protective mushrooms, but in particular, some of them are able to produce a large guardian, others use musical enchantment, others use quite aggressive flora to attack those that come nearby. They are very much a nature flavoured protective element. So whatever these mushrooms are here for, they're probably protecting something.
Fantastic. Is there any way that I can... It's like, I'm guessing that it's a musical enchantment sort of thing, but is there any way that I can...
There is music.
know
With
for
your
certain?
22, you'll know that there's music attached to most of them. Whether it's songs of making folk go away, songs of illusion so people don't see the thing they're protecting, songs of enticement. These particular ones on your 22 are known as tishy mushrooms, like tushy, but tishy.
That's cute. I like it. Are they edible?
Yes,
In not a drug way.
they are edible when they are edible,
Huh?
depending on your race, your nature, your ability to prepare them to be eaten. Many different things can happen.
Okay, fantastic. I would like to pluck some from the wall, please. Small ones.
So,
Please.
right at where the sharp left is, there are some very tiny versions of these that are not lighting up to the music, but you now have these purple and grey, like they have that Parma violet hue to them in your hand, and they feel tingly, and it's akin to like when you held the crystal before, that acknowledgement of magic in your hand.
Do you know of these mushrooms?
Oh yeah, they're like all around like these different shrines and stuff. Like they're usually a protected thing.
Are they
It
sentient?
can go sentient, not quite, no. But
Etheria,
also yes.
as you see Rhea pick them up, you see an outline of purple energy just for a split second, maybe lasts 5 or 6 seconds around Rhea, and then just fades off, and then as she's continuing talking to you.
Have we all caught up now, by the way?
I assume so, yeah.
Okay.
Did you feel that?
Oh, it was like a tingly, but it's usually about the same with anything magical that I pick up. So it was nothing weird. But
Good.
I will say we've got to be a little bit careful because they're usually meant as protection. So whether that is to cause a distraction, like chimes and stuff, like they all have a musical note. It's not that big of a deal. But then some of them are like actual protectors, guardians.
Is there anything else in the room that looks like what they're protecting? Like, can we see, how far can we see into the room? Can we see like the rest of the room? Is it just mushrooms?
If you go to roll 20,
Oh. Ooh.
Don't love that.
so it should be fog award for yourselves. Like you should be, yeah, cool. So I'll just put. Oh, is this gonna work? It's not gonna work. Right, we'll stay off roll 20 till Ree gets here, because it'll mess up the overlay, and I don't want to spend time sorting it out. However, you're not missing out on too much, chat. We'll get to the map shortly. But in front of you there is a lot of these mushrooms as you come like fully round the left bend, and you can see it open up before you. In front of you, I said not directly, but a few, maybe 20, 25 feet in front of you, this tunnelled caved area steps up again, and it's kind of dark up there, and you'd have to kind of climb up and have a look to see what's going on there. But in front of you there is a ton of mushrooms on your right and left, and just smaller ones on the floor. Big ones, small ones, ones as big as your head.
BD,
Yes, Bjorn?
what do my eldritch eyes see?
Jesus Christ.
They take the hobbits to Isengard.
What did you think?
What does your eldritch eyes allow? Is that the detect magic at will?
Detect magic at will, yeah.
Cool. Give me a constitution saving throw.
Ooh.
You're so good
It's
at
always
these.
con. Jesus.
It's con because you decided to lose all of it in sessions.
Yeah, decided.
You could have robbed the pirates, I'm just saying. So what do you get?
7.
Sorry?
Sorry, Bjorn?
Reroll.
Reroll.
Oh, I see, yes. That good, yeah? And my axe. Well done, dwarf warrior. Well done.
17.
17, cool.
Hey.
So,
Bjorn passed a skill check, guys.
as you focus and you bring that eldritch nature, eldritch nature to the forefront of your being, and you see now the outlines of all the mushrooms, and there is a real strong purple, like thick marker pen outline all around every bit of the mushrooms. You look around. There is abjuration. It gives you the skull, doesn't it? Yeah, abjuration just all over these mushrooms. It's a almost like second-hand version of abjuration magic. It's not in its purest form when you will have looked at something a wizard created through arcane intellect, but the natural growth of these mushrooms gives you the feeling that they're naturally imbued with the magic, and they haven't been made, they haven't been summoned. They're natural. They're a part of the world. Hence the abjuration magic having a slightly different flavour to it. But it spreads all the way to the back, to the full range of your eldritch sight.
I'm going to turn to Remy and be like, you can take some of the mushrooms. They can be useful. Don't take the piss.
Remy's eyes are like puppy dog. Are like, oh my. By the
Take a
gods.
tiny one.
Small
Good.
ones, Remy.
Remy just picks the mushroom up. And as Remy picks the mushroom up, Etheria and Rhea and Eldritch eyes beyond, you see a purple outline go all round Remy and then fade after about 5 or 6 seconds. And then he puts the small mushrooms in a vial and puts them into his pouch. Really excited. Ree, as I can see you in chat, are you ready to come into the game?
We did say that in Discord. They said
Okay.
Said
So-
let her know when we can.
Before we go any further, folks, we're going to have a break. We usually have it about past, but Ree's here and I want Ree to be here for this. We're going to have the break. We'll have 10 minutes. We'll go grab a drink, go to the toilet. Luckily not in that order. And then, no, I'm eating nuggets. Tough, you're coming on the call now. So we're going to have a quick break. As 24 people turn up in chat. We'll be back in 10 minutes, all right? And then we'll be jumping onto our Roll20 map to show you the 2-minute tabletop maps, the Coyote Grey tokens, and see what this lot do with magic mushrooms. Right, do not go away. Right, Ree, come into the chat. I'm going to put us on break. Let me turn them on. Hello, right, we're back. Hello, kids, folks of the internet. If you just joined us, thank you very much. We are about to go over to Roll20 and see what lovely mushroom glade is ahead of the players. We now have a Ree, yay! Althea in the flesh.
Roll.
Right,
Reroll. Yeah, we need some re-rolls for Ree to roll.
got kids to fit. I mean, we got re-rolls we need. So just for Althea's sake, sorry. You managed to save Velk with a combined effort of Rhea. You made your way down the tunnel, down a slope. As you were following it along, there was a strong smell of mushrooms with spice in the air. Etheria went and had a look ahead and found this mushroom cave, glade, tunnel sort of area. Greys and purples, some of them are really high, some of them are really short, and others are real tiny, just growing out from the ground. What the party have managed to gather is they are tishi mushrooms, which is something that Rhea is aware of, and they are usually grown for protective reasons around sacred places. Some entice wanderers in, some repel wanderers, some create an illusion through their music that folks just look straight through. Thank you very much, Jenny Graham. Velk is looking on last bardic legs because, you know, Bjorn's aid of Eldritch Blast to the face didn't stop them being strangled to death. I mean, who knew? But you've all just walked into this. Remy has taken a bit of the mushrooms with your permission and encouragement from the rest of the party, just so you know. And you were all stood before the mushroom glade. Now, I'm going to go over to Roll20. There we go. Ree's there. Hannah, are you there? Are you on Roll20? I can't see
Yes.
I can't see your little name.
Yeah.
Meet Tony, Amelia, Ree. Oh, Hannah, there you go. Yeah, cool. Right, so hopefully you guys can see that on the old Twitchy stream. So that is before you. It is dark ahead of you. Some of you have dark vision, I believe. Which of you have dark vision?
120 feet.
Oh, yeah.
The best but Velk.
60 feet.
So over in this direction is a high wall that even with your 120 feet, you can, if you were to look like diagonally above it, you see it in that black and grey sort of scale. There is a element of the same sort of aura or hue of light where you assume there are more mushrooms. So a party. What do you do?
the
These
mushrooms
cookies
carry on?
are massive.
I want a cookie.
Cookies now.
Rhea, knowing these mushrooms and stuff like that, and knowing they're probably protecting something, is still gonna go forward. Just like,
Good
Perhaps
question.
we should try not to get too close to them because they are They are a type of warding or repelling, protecting magic.
Rhea and Remy were picking them. I assume they seem to be okay.
They only took the small ones.
Unfortunately, when it comes to these mushrooms, if they're going to attack you and protect whatever they're protecting, they'll just do it.
Do they know intentions? Or do they just
Oh, yeah.
indiscriminately?
No,
Are
they
all... Go on, sorry.
they know that they're protecting something, and if you are going to cause harm to that thing, they will cause harm to you.
Are they all sentient? Like, is there a chance that the ones that are in your pockets are gonna bite your ass? Like,
Don't think it's quite sentient like that. Like, I've never known any of these mushrooms to bite my ass. Like, they're pretty tasty if you cook them well, but they can go horribly wrong.
Well, the party considers their options. No way back, only forward. As the realization sets in, they all turn to look at Bjorn expectantly.
Bjorn?
Bjorn, what do you think?
Viconian ponders. Am I the first to stride again?
Yes, I will go first then.
Guinea pig.
I will walk further into the cave.
Move your toe. How far do you walk?
I'll go another 30 feet.
Gonna follow about 10 feet behind.
6 ponchos and 2 ponchos.
So here. Oh,
I've got 60 feet dark vision.
So here will get you to the edge. If I do
There's some kind of wall in there.
There is a wall.
Okay.
Sort of like right here, and it's about 20 feet up. Is that wall there?
Okay. Knowing what obviously Rhea has confirmed about the mushrooms normally protecting something, I want to also, as I walk, be using the Eldritch Sight to see if there's anything that isn't a mushroom here that is also glowing with magic.
What's the range on it?
30 feet. So as I just wander around.
Cool.
To see if there's any other kind of item.
So in this local area where you are right now, nothing else but the mushrooms and their abjuration aura is picking up on your Eldritch Sight.
Okay. Cool.
But the wall here is about 20 feet climb to get onto this top bit.
Me? I suppose I will climb up the wall as well. Just looking at everyone. Does he do that, Belk?
Turn to Velk to continue the story.
Does he write the story?
I can't see anything right now because it's dark, isn't it?
What can I see? It's a glow.
So yeah, the mushrooms glow, so you have essentially dim light around them. But on the raised areas, it's dark for you, Velk.
So, but I can see Bjorn ahead of me.
Yeah, whatever's revealed, the light is enough for you to see.
Nice.
Whatever isn't revealed, you'd need dark vision for, and be in the right elevation.
The Viconian pauses just before the wall. There's a moment where the party watch on as he looks up to its edge and then turns back slowly with a mischievous look in his eye.
Do you want to go up, Bjorn, or do you want to boost me up? Or
I will go. It is okay.
do you need a hand?
Your help would be appreciated. Thank you.
Right.
And I'm going to attempt to climb up the wall.
I'm going to assist by giving a boost.
Cool. Give me an athletics check with advantage.
Okay.
Unless... So the mushrooms are growing along the wall, yeah? And you can see them all around you. If you wish to avoid them, it's a roll. If you don't care and you're just going to climb 20 feet, you don't need to roll. You'd only need to roll if you're trying to actively avoid, so your climbing would be slightly different.
Knowing what I know about the type of magic or being able to sense the type of magic they give off, I'll try and avoid them.
Okay, so roll with advantage because the theory is helping you.
It's a natural 20.
Cool.
As I'm watching him, I'll be like, the Viconian takes the smart route for once.
So as you climb up here,
Burns the fucking half thing. No.
I've never done fog of war on roll 20, so bear with me.
On a quick note, Ray's gonna look over to Velk, see that his neck is still pretty not okay. Just wander over and go, you probably need this, and do cure wounds, please.
Okay, you roll that and let Velt know what they've got and mark it off your...
6 points of healing.
So it rises up again here.
Hey, whoa. There's a hum in the air, and the Wicked Witch's heart glows for a second.
And Velt dies. Because she actually cast Inflict Wounds.
Has anyone got any more nicknames since I was away? Or are
No,
we still
not
on
yet.
that?
Not yet.
Okay.
I just didn't want to have to carry around a dead body, and leaving something to rot in a place of protection is usually not a good omen.
So,
The
Bjorn,
heart sours once again.
as Snow White and the Dwarven Bard happens behind you, you see another wall, more mushrooms. They're thicker, the glow is a bit more dense about them, but the wall again rises another 20 feet. Over here. Oh, it's not pinging because I'm on the wrong thing. So you'd have to climb again,
Okay.
if you so wished.
What can you see, Bjorn?
There is another rise just ahead. I do not think it is too dangerous up here. You can follow if you wish.
Sure.
I move up and help Etheria if they're gonna climb.
Yeah, if you want.
Cool. I'm also going to try and avoid these.
Cool. Then roll with advantage as your companions help you.
Party moves forward and all begins to ascend with each other's support.
Here's the page. Does it matter if I use athletics or other one?
Athletics to climb.
Athletics.
Nobody.
Am I still-
You don't acrobatically climb. It's not a thing.
That's cool. Yep.
Am I still
18.
carrying Velk?
If you want.
Put Velk down.
I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah, 18.
18. You easily get up there, avoiding the mushrooms, and you see what Bjorn sees. More mushrooms, a smaller platform. There's a bit more space between the mushrooms if you really wanted to, limbo through them. But there is another 20-foot-ish rise again onto this area up here.
Yep. I'm gonna mumble under my breath. We mean no harm. Just passing through.
Don't mind me, death mushrooms. Don't mind me.
Yeah. You're very pretty. I like your colour. Are you going up again, Bjorn?
Are you muted? Bjorn?
My Eldritch
Oh, there you
Sight doesn't ping anything else.
go. 2 seconds. Not yet. Nope.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm going to climb up again.
Yep.
Cool. Actively avoiding mushrooms or just going straight up?
Avoiding.
Cool. Advantage roll, please.
Oh, that's worse. Not that much worse. 16.
You climb up and you see.
I gesture for Remy to follow us.
Remy follows.
I don't have control of his things.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You control him enough. You see a vast opened area all around you now, where the mushrooms are all around to the side, smaller ones reaching into the middle. But there's a lot more, you can see here, you can walk around. And you can see, here, where I'm pinging, if you can see the ping. I had to do a purple ping, didn't I? And a purple map. That the wall drops into a cave sort of ish area. You'll probably see that much.
Okay.
I'll send a message back to the party to Althea. Just say, Bjorn's gone up again. There's another step.
I'm gonna start climbing and help Phased if they would like help, and anyone else that needs help provision in athletics. I'll kind of point out footholds and handholds. I imagine Rhea is going to get up easier than the rest of us.
Raya's
Wonder
the first
why.
eating mushrooms. She's just ramming mushrooms.
But yeah,
climbing people, what are you doing? Like
avoiding mushrooms, climbing up.
So you're climbing, avoiding mushrooms. Is someone helping you?
They can do, but
I'll give Althea a boost from underneath.
Give me an athletics with advantage.
With advantage, 16.
Cool. So you are now up. Who's next?
As I was holding on to Althea's feet, I will just reach up and
I'll
climb
reach
up
down
and
and yeah.
So it's 20 foot.
Yeah, I mean, I'll climb up most of it on my own and then grab Althea's hand at the top and pull myself over.
Are you avoiding the mushrooms?
Yes.
Cool. Give a roll with advantage. I'll say use your rope as well. So I can't be asked making you roll twice.
Roll with advantage.
Yes.
We should all be very grateful that I did that. 17.
Cool. You're up. You got Remy, Rhea, and Velk.
I will attempt. I will attempt to pick up Remy and climb up.
Give me a strength check.
Can I wait like that to catch him?
You can try.
That's a 12.
That's a 12. You fly up. You take Remy with you, and you drop Remy, and he rolls into the mushrooms here.
I want to catch him.
Sorry.
You fail to catch him.
Damn it.
As he rolls into the mushrooms, for a split second, there's a complete cocoon of purple light around him. He quickly stands up. Doesn't seem to have encased him in anything. He's still like free of his. He's got his own movement. His movement's his own, and he's kind of trying to brush off this like dust that's come onto him from the mushrooms, and he's just pattering it down. And there's a real bright outline of purple around him until it fades off. He doesn't seem to notice it, but you 3-4 do. And he steps away from the mushroom. Back to yourselves.
And I'm going to attempt the same with Velk. I'm just going to kind of like put out my arms like, eh?
Just sit at the bottom waving.
I'm going to say the norm will definitely need flying up there. Give me a strength check again as you fly down and grab Velk. This is adventuring at its most exciting times, kids.
Velk's about to fly.
Pour super sauce. Is it super sauce? Have I got your name wrong? I do apologise.
A 1.
Ooh. Give me a dexterity saving throw, Velk, because you are dropped.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to be nice.
23.
Oof. So you only take 1 point of bludgeoning damage as Rhea pulls you up into the air and drops you. You fall, crash into a few of the mushrooms, are about to roll off the edge, but manage to grip the side of it and just pull yourself back up. A bit of a tumble. You get again. You all see that purple outline. 5 or 6 seconds and it's gone. But Velk is now up there with a black eye, a real deep purple bruise around the throat, an eldritch blast to the face.
Velk, I am really sorry. I didn't mean to but I thought it was easier to try and lift you rather than like hoik you up.
The mushrooms are still playing their music and still reacting in time to the chimes. Right, Bjorn, while they've all been climbing up in Etheria, what have you two been doing?
I've watched this scene because I'm still waiting just under the lip. Can you give me a boost again, Althea?
Yeah.
Are you all climbing up to join Bjorn?
Yeah, I think so.
Right, cool. Etheria, roll with advantage.
Wow. More screens.
What'd you get?
Not much.
Then it should be
That
easy
would
to
be
count.
a 10.
Right, cool. Is there any rerolls left?
Yes.
Do you want to use it
I
or
think
not?
it's 2. Yeah, go on then. Is it reroll with advantage?
Reroll the roll again, so yeah, the advantage.
Yeah. 19.
Cool. You're all up. Boom. We don't need to do 400 rolls climbing a wall. So,
It's
same
like
sort
a
of thing. You all get up, you all help each other up. Ray probably repeats and flies you up there. There's the odd bumping of touching into mushrooms. Anyone that happen to catch the mushrooms, there's a strong purple outline of energy around them for 5 or 6 seconds, and then it
Another
fades.
reroll. Thanks, Lily.
Thank you. Bjorn, as you're there, I'll make this easier now. Boom. So, there is enough light here that you can all see where you've come from, you're higher up and where you're down. It drops down here, there is a small, almost ankle deep water in this area down here, Bjorn. You can see in front of you a statuesque figure. The, woo! Jaceface, just subscribe. Thank you, Jaceface. Very much appreciated. You can see a statuesque figure. The light in that particular area is a very strong, very, very strong violet light. Almost, it's like powdered, like someone's exploded a bag of very bright purple powder above in the ceiling, and it's just like a film of purple powders floating around in that area. And you can all see this once it's pointed out in the light of the mushrooms and such. And there's still the chiming of.
Is the statue giving off any magical energy?
You should be 30 feet. Yes, yes it is. 2 seconds. Well, I go to my notes. That Eddie just sent me. No. Right, so. As you can see the natural alcove before you, the statue itself seems to be made of the mushrooms around you. You can see the texture of it from where you are beyond. The magic it is giving off to you is radiant, but there doesn't appear to be a school assigned to it. Like you can't decide what school is associated with the magic of this statue.
Okay.
But there is definitely a radiant energy about it.
I will climb down and investigate the statue more.
Splash, splash.
look down. I'm gonna mumble to the mushrooms. We like your statue. It's very nice.
So what you see before you, those that jump down, the water is ankle deep and freezing cold. The statue is definitely made of the mushrooms around you, or at least covered in it. You'd have to possibly attempt to hack into it to see what it is or not. It is of a robed humanoid shape, faceless. So there is like almost a mannequin, like just a flat face with no features. Just having a tap with your axe, it does have a stone-like hardness to it, but it appears to be made from the mushrooms around you. It is holding a ball, and the ball itself is part of the sculpture. It's not hands out and then the ball's put on top of it. There seems to be gem dust in the ball that is of a light green. Either side of the statue, you see the 2 balls on the floor, as you can see on the map. Those 2 flowery areas next to them are 2 balls, again made of the same mushroom material, and there is incense sticks in them that are burning and giving off the purple light, like the purple powder that's in the room seems to be emanating from these incense sticks. At a quick glance, they don't seem to be burning down. Like they're lit, you've got that small, almost dulled sparkler effect right at the end, and then the smoke is just coming off them ever so slightly, but it's obviously been burning long enough that it's filled the room with this purple powder light, but they don't seem to burn down. There's a strong lavender smell that fills the alcove area. You feel a little bit dizzy when you first enter as it first hits you, but nothing that you feel any danger from.
What do I feel like? Obviously, Maria said this was a sacred place.
Usually, where the mushrooms grow, it's to protect sacred places.
Does this seem religious to me? Is it
Give
magical?
me a religion check.
Okay.
There is a radiant energy about it, which is usually linked to those of a divine source.
Religion. 19. 18.
18. There are celestials, gods, deities, divines, angels, whatever terminology the cultures across Colossus use for their pantheons. There are always those that are older than others. Religions pop up that are newer. Some of the older ones are only spoken of by long-lived races like the elves and such, or there are other long-lived races, but they're the first that come to your head. That will know of a religion or such that just doesn't get practiced anymore, or great tales of glorious battles in the heavens, and the fields of paradise are stained with divine blood, and then those deities are never remembered or forgotten. This statue reminds you of the forgotten. You can see immediately there is a religious element to it. You can see the way it presents itself, the setup, like the almost ritualistic setup with the ball in the hands with the gem dust, the incense burning. It reminds you of the shamanistic practices of those shamans in Viconia. So you do feel a strong religious reasoning for it to be in this area, and if the mushrooms are there and it's a sacred place, it all makes sense that whoever worships this forgotten element would set up as they have. The more you stare at it, and the more you just kind of walk around it, and you see how the robes wrap around its attire, you kind of look into the ball a bit more, and you notice now that the pale green gem dust has got an emerald nature to it. The lavender smell, the ever burning incense, all leads you to stories about a forgotten entity. You can't pinpoint what this. You just know them as the forgotten. However, the things that do jump out about the story is the number 6 and the one that refused. That's the sentence that kind of resonates in your mind. The number 6 and the one that refused. And that's kind of all you get from your 18.
80.
Yes.
Obviously, when FaZe and Rhea were dragged here, they came from another temple. Can I go down and have a look at the statue and see if I can think of any link between the two?
You can go down. I will say yeah, go on, roll a religion when you get down there.
Okay.
Well, it's imaginary, so you're down there.
While you're coming down, then I'm going to relay to everyone else in the cave what I remember to see if it jogs anyone's memory.
I get advantage because Bjorn's done that?
I'll say it's a flat roll because Bjorn's already rolled the religion.
Okay.
So if you roll decent enough, you'll know what Bjorn knows and possibly extra. So you're already at an advantage with the roll. Sorry, you got what?
A 19. So like one more than Bjorn.
The only extra piece of information you get is the story reminds you of a Taurian myth and law.
Okay.
So whoever this forgotten deity is, you're pretty confident, matching up to the rest of the stuff Bjorn remembers, and you kind of confirm it with your own retellings in your clerical days. It is an Taurian deity that has been forgotten. And the 6 and the one that refused, you don't know much else about.
Okay.
Speaking of the forgotten, since my race isn't even forgotten, just isn't anything.
Your race isn't forgotten; it's not remembered.
Not remembered and forgotten is the same thing.
It's really not.
Is it not?
Not here.
Just like the fact there's no dragons in Colossus either. I think, whatever.
Aiden.
Sorry, before you carry on, were you going for a question with that Rhea, or
Oh,
were you
sorry.
just speculating?
I was just thinking, would I be able to arcana it or something?
So knowing what they've told you, like your people, the divines are not a thing. They just happen to be other powerful folk in a world where there are those among your race that are match them in power, or at least present in the material realm. So you don't overly care, so probably wouldn't have, your people don't care if mortals forget divine entities. Like, you've been away from the world for so long that, like, it's just a thing. Yeah, obviously they're going to forget them. They die in 50 years, do you know what I mean?
I thought that would be the case, but I thought just in case that it might have been something like.
But that alone tells
like,
you.
Oh.
That alone tells you. So that's good. So what were you saying, Althea?
I was going to ask, when I was, sorry, it's a bit out of character, when I was reading the backstory that you sent me for Itoria, so a story that is sticking in probably Althea's mind as well is the story of the like a chamber or a vault that no one knows how to get into. Is this something that would be linked? And I'm assuming Althea would know of that legend, having grown up in Itoria.
So the legend of the vault is basically the original myth of the 12 Celestials was when they were at war with the Fae Brokenheart, generations, thousands of years ago. All the cool items and weapons and armor and the shields of the Aegeus and the spear of the Ram and stuff like this, they're all mythological items. The story tells
that were locked away.
That when they retired from their war, they locked away their +1 swords.
That would make sense why it stuck out in my mind.
Lammies.
So from rather than a religious standpoint, from a folklore storytelling standpoint, having grown up in Itoria, would anything jog in Althea's memory about what she might know, having heard the
Give me a religion check. And I'll give you an advantage because they've told you everything about this. If you want,
I was going to say because they've told me stuff about it. If there's anything that, oh, good, a -1. That'll be an 11 with advantage.
11. The forgotten deity part of it means nothing to you. The 12. They're the 12. If there's a forgotten, it's probably just a fanciful story made up by folk that lived in a mountain cave. The 6 and the one that refused rings a bell, but you can't quite recall.
Okay.
But it does ring a bell.
I'll just speculate on that with Remy for a bit.
Have we all moved down now?
It's up to you, Velk. You're loosey goosey.
So as if we're all, I feel like if we're all chatting.
I think we're probably
I feel they've already said they're sharing the information, so you're aware of it.
If they're all chatting over near the little statue area and stuff like that, I would like to go over to some of the mushrooms on the side of the wall or something like that, and I will start to identify the mushrooms if that's possible.
All right, so you're doing a 10-minute ritual.
I'll just start it as if they're all chatting, because they seem like they're all going through deeper thought processes and stuff like that. So I'll get out so my little ethereal book will spin around and kind of hover just above where the mushroom is itself, and I'll start to almost be writing things, and it will just float around the mushroom, and little strands of the ethereal blue kind of light will start to stretch out to the book and back to the book, or kind of stretch between the book and the mushroom.
Nice.
I'm going to stand pretty much behind Vel, looking over his shoulder at this book. Do we not list magic stuff? Because I'm fascinated by this book.
Can I ask? Sorry, can I just ask Remy and make sure he's if he's heard of any stories that might have been in this big library that Patrice had, or if he's heard of anything, just making sure he's part of the conversation.
So Remy's main input to it is he's pretty sure he can make beneficial alchemical concoctions from the mushrooms. Regarding the story of the forgotten and stuff, it's during his it's not his teachings were more arcane and academic because Patrice, my own NPCs can't remember their names.
Proud I did.
7 players, great idea. Was more academic and pushing him into the wizarding career. So divine stuff and religious stuff was kind of never mentioned. So he don't have a lot to input on that. He just makes you aware that he can make positive concoctions.
That's fine. And he's had a chance. He's picked up mushrooms, isn't
he? Yes, he's had a look, and he's kind of not as arcanely enchanting as Velk, but he's doing his own thing with the vials and the mushroom bits, and he's kind of just crushing them. He's got a mortar and
pestle.
Yeah, pestle.
I'll help him
he's
if
got
he
a
needs help
smashy
and
thing.
stuff. A smashy thing with a little
Smashy
bowl.
thing. Yeah. After your ritual, Velk, as you kind of then like seen as your quill stops writing in the magical book, your eyes kind of go wide and glow and then close. The mushrooms, if you interact with them physically, you are harder to hit. Like they protect you against a single blow. So the outer character mechanic is you get +1 AC for a single melee attack against you.
Cool.
Yep. If you eat them, and your physicality, your constitution is strong enough, you'll gain 1d4 hit points. If your physicality and constitution is not, you will lose 1d4 hit points due to poison damage.
Is that like temporary? How long for?
You take the damage. You take the damage, or you get healed.
So
It's not maximum,
it's not increasing it. Like yeah.
It does, yeah, sorry.
Checking.
You get healed or you get hurt.
Cool.
Roll in them.
But every time you chew them, it assails you again. So it's not like you become immune to it for 24 hours. It will assail you again, and your body will be tested again.
Okay. Cool. I'll so the strands will kind of like merge back into the book, and it'll just start floating around, and I turn around and noticing.
I'm like there.
Yeah. I will be like, Etheria notices some magical properties about the mushrooms. Should one touch them, they would be more protective to physical blows. Should one eat them, there is the potential for there to be life energy stored within you. Should one not be strong enough, they might be poisonous.
I'm strong.
Sounds like a challenge. Yeah. Done.
Carvery, you say?
Who are you calling not strong enough?
All you can eat fungus buffet.
I pick up the biggest mushroom I can find.
You've seen that scene where it's like da 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 da.
Yeah. Over in space.
Just gonna go like this. If you get in my way, it's your own fault. Did your book tell you this?
I just stand there smiling.
I reach over his head and pick one
Okay.
and lick it.
Give me a constitution save.
All right, Alice.
Not you. Not you.
Oh shit! I've got a good con save, but that is terrible. That's an 8.
Cool. You take 1d4 poison damage, as told to you by the bard.
Oh.
And I rolled a 4. You take 4 points of poison damage.
As
you
pondered
really?
by
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can I pick up a mushroom and take a bite out of it?
You can. Give me a
So I am
Give me
I
a
am injured,
constitution
like,
saving throw.
and I have quite a high con. So
I am not healing any of you.
The Alice in
19.
Wonderland in
You got a what, sorry?
19.
Cool, you get 1 point of healing.
4 damage from my back.
Look, I'm just rolling a d4, alright? Like, I didn't think after you were told they'd hurt you, you'd all be like, this is totally worth the risk.
No, I've got faith in my constitution save.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Whilst they're doing that, Faze and Bjorn, can you roll me a perception check, please?
yes.
Carrying on with the actual
Oh,
story. I see.
it's not terrible.
I'll be the judge of that.
It's 19, so I hope you agree.
19 is good.
16.
Haha. Sorry.
Cool.
Sorry.
Can you all see that on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Oh crap.
So while they're all eating the mushrooms, and you two are down by, and you are exactly where you all are now, where you two are down by the statue, just swapping information and such, and then you turn around and you see Velk finish his spell, and FYI, or not FYI, do you lot want a grid?
I thought we
Yes,
all
please.
moved down. Like I had that conversation that we would all move down.
But then you've moved back up to identify the mushrooms.
Is it? Oh, there's no mushrooms. There's no mushrooms in that area, is there?
No,
we'd have
because
to
it's
go
all
there.
water.
I'll let
You
you can
size
be
of
here.
it.
You can be there if you want.
That's cool.
Yeah,
We'll
wanna be
go there. We'll go there.
You're
We'll go
over
there.
here.
We'll stay there.
No, I want to be here. Oh my god.
Right, that's where you all are now. Nobody move. Do you want a grid? Yes or no?
Yes, please.
Let's
Yes.
go.
Thank
so,
you.
as you are doing such things, where's my grid? Bam. This thing is quite large, and for some reason, it's done a little weird. There you go. You can all get in your little squares. There you go. Let's move you over here. There you go. There you go. You should all be locked in thingies now. Right, cool. So, as you are doing your identifying, you're talking to each other, you're eating the mushrooms after being warned they may hurt you. So let's do it while we're all locked away in a mountain. I love adventurers. You hear the mushrooms.
What's this?
The mushrooms to this side. Fizz and Bjorn, you just look across and you see the top of the mushroom just kind of crest out of the rest of the mushrooms. It's brown, got large boils on it, and then you see a face form, and this must be 15 feet, 17 feet high mushroom creature just kind of steps out of this cluster of mushrooms at the back. And can you all roll initiative, please?
Because we noticed it first, can we have a reaction? No?
Your reaction is, shit, best roll initiative.
Cool, alright.
I imagine it's like the
Shit,
giant
mushroom.
gingerbread man from Shrek.
Let me know if that's a bit loud, because... Mongo!
Quick question, AD. How
Yes.
long has it been since the Crystal Bear fight?
How long has it been?
Mm-hmm.
20 minutes, if that.
Cool. I'm checking to see if I need to recast Armor of Agathis or anything.
I was just checking because I had inspiration that I never used.
It runs out after 10 minutes. So, why didn't I do that? Why didn't you do that? I'd turn. There we go. Let's clear that.
We'll
Nope.
burn our own in.
Right, can I have... Oh, you absolute whammer. There we go. Velk, what's your initiative?
Got a 17.
17. Nope, that's not doing it. 17. Fizz, initiative.
The music's slightly too loud, apparently.
Right, cool, I'll turn that down.
16.
16. 16. Etheria.
15.
Bjorn.
19.
19.
Yeah.
I don't have your cameras on, so if you nod or anything, I can't see it. Rhea?
19.
Roll a d20, Rhea.
13.
Oh, I need to roll big guns. Boom. So, top of the pops. Rhea. You see before you a very large, angry-looking, chibi mushroom. What do you do?
Ice knife, please.
Ice knife.
Yep.
Cool. Ice knife. Is that a attack, isn't it?
It is an attack, indeed. And that'll be a 23 to hit.
That
Please
hits.
hit. Fantastic.
So just for you lot, this is 3x3 on squares. So you can't stand there. You'd have to stand. I see. I've just fucked it. Whatever. What'd you get? Damage.
Ooh, 8 points of piercing damage, please.
Your ice knife smashes into it and explodes in a shard of ice. And just kind of rolls back a little bit.
Fantastic. And then you also take 8 points of ice damage as well.
Another 8.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
That's everything
Oh, sorry,
within 5
cold
feet.
damage.
That's everything around it. Oh, so you take piercing and cold.
The cold is from the ice
the target-
exploding, isn't it?
The target and each creature within 5 feet
Oh,
must
it's
succeed on a
target as
dex
well.
saving throw
Take
or
8
take
damage.
2d6.
Yeah, so you've done the 8 damage to it, not 16 damage.
Yes. Could you make a dexterity saving throw then, please?
No, because you hit it. It's everything around it that does the dexterity saving throw.
The target and
It's just the
each
target,
creature.
It's everything. Like, so the target takes the piercing damage, and then everything takes
Oh,
the
okay.
cold damage. Yeah.
Natural 20.
Screw you.
I'm assuming it takes half? Does it take half?
No.
If it
No.
doesn't, if it doesn't stay, it probably doesn't. but
No,
normally
yeah, it
stays.
doesn't.
Okay.
It literally just
So it takes
says
8 piercing, and then the ice explodes all around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with everything within 5 feet. Right, cool. Right, so are you moving? Do you have a bonus action?
I'm going to stay where I am, please, and then I'm gonna cast Shillelagh as my bonus action, please. Actually, bonus action. Apparently, I can attack with my Shillelagh, but
Only if it's already summoned.
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry.
So you can turn it into a shillelagh with your bonus action, but then you hit with it on your action.
Yeah, fantastic. I'm gonna do bonus action.
So you
cast Shillelagh.
cast your druidic magics across your staff.
Yes,
Bjorn,
please.
what do you do? You've got a 20-foot wall you'd have to climb to get up there. If you're on mute, I don't see because I'm in the map, not on the camera.
No thinking.
I didn't say anything. I was just thinking. Sorry. I
Think louder.
am.
Looking at 20, I shouldn't have rolled that.
I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
Cool. That's what, 120 feet? Yeah, you can hit this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eldritch Blast.
That's going to be a +6. That's a 23.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Okay.
That ancient red dragon AC, you know what I mean?
Mushroom
man.
+4. 12 points of force damage.
12. Bam!
I am also then, with my movement, going to attempt to get to the wall and start climbing.
Cool. So 5, 10. Give me an athletics check.
This time I don't care about touching mushrooms.
I guessed. But you're still in combat.
Athletics. Yeah, it's a 19.
Cool, you get up there. We'll say, just for, there you go.
Okay.
You push Velk into the mushrooms.
And
As the mushrooms touch you, and you'll have to remember this, for the next melee attack on you, if it's this round, you will have +1 to your AC. After this, it fades. So you'd have to touch them again. It will take you, just so you guys know, in combat, if you try and touch the mushrooms to gain their benefit, it'll be a bonus action to touch a mushroom for long enough for it to give you your AC bonus.
Okay. Was that my bonus action then? Climbing?
Nope, that was accidental as you were climbing up there.
Okay, cool. I want to use my bonus action to cast Wrathful Smite.
Okay, what does that do?
Wrathful Smite. The next time I hit with a melee weapon attack during the spell's duration, which is up to a minute, my attack deals an additional 1d6 psychic damage.
Cool.
It has to make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened until the spell ends.
Lovely jubbly. Is that you done?
Yeah. That's the end of it.
Althea, Golden Arena Warrior.
Bonus action, touch some mushrooms, because I don't have any bonus actions.
Cool, you have an extra plus AC for this round.
Half a shield.
On the next
Half
attack.
shield.
You don't have a shield, do you?
I know, I've got half of one now, with one extra point of
No, I
AC.
see.
Hold the mushroom up.
Hold the
Mushroom in one hand,
mushroom
weapon in
up.
the other.
And then I'll step up to the mushroom and hit it with my longsword. What? Where's it going?
That's technically its space.
Oh, okay.
So
Am I?
Yeah,
toe to
you're
toe
right.
with
You're
it
on
now?
it now. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll move them around for that bit.
Okay.
It's because the artwork's obviously not a square,
That's fine.
but it is cool. So
20 unnatural to hit, 14 plus
unnatural would hit.
and then two-handed because I don't have shield.
Yes. You're not gonna give
8
AC,
damage.
I'm going with damage.
Yeah.
8 damage.
8 slashing. I think longsword. Yeah.
So as you've
Longsword.
Eldritch blasted it, and what did you do to it? The ice knife, and now you're a slashing longsword. It doesn't
Just,
like
yeah.
any of you. The
So
music
glad that
has
I'm
gone. There is no
totally
chime in music. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Velk?
I too will use my bonus action to touch the mushrooms.
You have a +1 AC till the next attack or the end of the round.
And I'll be like, Bjorn stares upon the monstrosity and thinks, that doesn't look very like a fun guy. And
Oh
I'll
my.
vicious mockery it.
If all chat leaves,
almost
I
spat,
totally
dude.
understand.
I almost spat my drink out.
So it has to do a wisdom saving throw, please.
A wisdom saving throw. These mushrooms are well known for the wisdom.
14.
13.
Cool.
Ooh.
It takes 3 points of psychic damage and has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Disadvantage?
Mhm.
Right, cool. I'll just put a red dot on it. Why did that dot not go? Where the hell's that red dot go? Oh, that's weird. Why did that dot not appear? I need to do this now, it's annoying. Where's the dot? Alright, so
The dot is appearing for me,
Oh,
but
it's not appearing for me. Right,
it's not on the monster. It's up in the top corner.
Yeah, it's on its. Yeah, it's on the top right hand corner of the square. Cool. Right, so remember that, Eddie. Right, Faye, is that you done?
Yeah, that's me.
Fizz?
So I'm still down in the hole.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, first things first. I guess I climb out of the hole.
Right, so give me a athletics roll.
Athletics roll.
Etheria, you're about to be pushed out of the way, so pick a square.
19.
Yeah, you're up. That is your
Excellent.
movement, though.
No, that's fine. That's just my movement, though, not
yeah,
my action.
that's fine. That's fine. And you get +1 AC because you didn't avoid the mushrooms
Excellent.
until the next melee attack or the end of the round.
It's fine. I'm going to look at the mushroom dude and go, I'm really sorry about this, and I'm going to toll the dead.
Okay. Is that a save or an attack?
It's a save. It's a wisdom save.
Wisdom? Or...
Yeah.
What's it got disadvantage on, Milk?
Saving throws.
Yeah, it's normally a
Next
specific
attack.
one. Oh, it's next attack. Okay.
Yeah, fish smucker.
Ah, right. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. 17.
Yeah, it fully succeeds. But it still takes half damage, so...
Okay.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
No, it's a cantrip.
Ah, because it's a cantrip. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
So you
That's
reach
fine.
out, you toll the dead, the bell dong. The creature just looks at it and then looks back at you lot.
Surprisingly wise mushroom. I'm done.
The one time in its life.
Yeah.
It's now its turn. As Althea's in battle with it, it's just going to go to here, step through the mushrooms. All the mushrooms around it glow, and it does one big fist towards Remy. Poor Remy. Remy takes.
You try
9.
and tank. You try and tank the damage, and it goes for your weedy mate.
Remy
doesn't
takes 9 points. You're getting it as well, don't worry.
it? Oh.
That was disadvantage as well, lady. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, it misses Remy. Well played, Beyond. This one on Althea. It's on its next attack, or is it?
Yeah, vicious mockery is just Nick.
Right,
Is
so
next
it's normal
attack.
roll on Althea.
Oh no, AD, stop it.
I won't tell you. I'll just do the damage.
Just do the damage, yeah. Just roll the critical damage. Bear in mind,
so
I'm not on full health.
If you
because we
had a
haven't
backup
rested at
character,
all.
what would it be?
Probably a wizard.
You
at this
see
point.
a wizard walking through the mushrooms. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm still up. It's fine. Maybe that if that's not it.
All the mushrooms glow around it. That's all that happens on its turn. Remy looks at you, starts feeling around his bandolier and in his pockets and stuff.
Oh
Remy,
god.
no.
Oh god.
Run.
Remy, no! No, Remy! Remy, no!
Looks at you, Althea. You are the mushroom.
What?
That's all it says to you. So
Save me.
You got 6 seconds. Do you say me?
Me.
Cool.
Me.
Roll a d4.
Fireball.
4.
4.
Lose 4 hit points.
He grabs a portion, and it's kind of like a trifle. It's like yellow on top, red, and it's got sparkly bits in the red.
There's sparkly bits in the red. I'm happy.
This
Red
might-
sparkly
this-
is good.
Oh, of course it is. This might heal you. And he passes you the portion. Andy will bonus action touch the mushrooms to give himself a boost to AC.
Down in one, down in one.
Yeah, just see you later, guys.
Etheria, it's your turn. Remy doesn't.
So,
Remy's a little bit scared of moving.
It will be in a minute. This doesn't go well.
Val, because it just its next attack.
Yeah, just next one.
Yeah,
So it's race. It's done now.
So it's like, okay, cool.
I'm going to take a walk down here using bonus action to rub my hand against the mushrooms as I go.
Cool, you get a +1 bonus to your AC until the next attack or the end of the round.
And as I go, I go, ha! Fungi!
You all
And
die.
then I am going to Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost. That's an attack roll, yeah?
It is, yes. That would be a 24 to hit.
That hits.
It's just D8. That's 1 cold damage.
Oh, Jesus.
And his speed is reduced by 10
By 10 feet,
for the next turn.
Okay.
Yeah. 1 cold damage.
That devastating blow.
Yeah.
End of the round. Everyone with a +1 AC, it's now gone. Raya, you're first in the round. What are you doing? You've got your shillelagh staff?
I am going to fly up so I could just be out of everyone's way.
Okay.
Fly up, and then I'm going to smack it in the face with my shillelagh.
You can't. You don't stand there. Yeah. So you stand here.
I was trying to figure out the best
Yeah,
place.
that's fine. That's fine. It's just because of the artwork. So yeah, so you run up to it next, or do you want to stand here?
Yes.
So you're flying here, and you smack it with your shillelagh. Go.
Right.
That arm and it's annoying that they aren't showing up.
Ooh, that is a 19 to hit, please.
19 misses, and the reason it misses is you then recognise that all the mushrooms that are glowing around it may be having the same effect on it as it does to you.
Motherfucker.
Out of fire.
So,
Okay. I'm going to relay that and be like, mushrooms having the same effect on you guys, having same effect on Big Mushroom. Really hard to hit because I just put my all into that. Careful.
So you're flying 10 feet in the air, yeah?
Yeah, just so I'm out of the way, people.
Okay. Did you do that, Fizz?
Do what?
No, I think that was me accidentally when I was moving myself.
It's like Fizz is on a weird angle. So you struck out at it. You've tried to hit it with your shillelagh. You now know, like it's like hitting stone when you hit it this time, and you notice that the mushrooms are glowing all around its feet.
Full story, bro. So yeah, I relay that to the group very quick.
Okay.
Like,
Is
hit
that your,
hard.
Is that
Really hard.
Is that your turn done? Do you mention
Yeah.
the mushrooms at all?
Yes.
Cool. Beyond your turn, you see Rhea fly up into the air with her shillelagh on the not as fun guy as you think.
Okay. I am going to use my bonus action first of all to cast Hexblade's Curse
On the creature.
on the creature. So I get a +2 to damage rolls, and I score a crit on a roll of 19 or 20.
Cool.
Nice.
I am then going to move there, and I'm going to roll to hit.
Lovely.
Okay. Natural 20.
Cool. Well played. Do your damage.
Do you
Double the dice you roll, and then
Yeah.
add your modifier.
Mm-hmm. I was just going to say double the dice or double the amount of dice.
Yeah, just double the amount. I just like rolling lots of dice, so
Cool.
purely selfish reasons.
It's because it sounds cooler.
Yeah, that's it. I
Lots
just
of-
like the rattle. Unless you're a rogue, which one it scares me.
Okay, so battle axe is
D8, is it?
well, two-handed. So 1d10 plus 4, and the psychic damage from one Wrathful Smite, which is a d6, so 2d10 and 2d6. So go. Eight, 14, 16, 22.
Plus your 2 for the hex, is it?
+2 for the hex and +4 for my charisma. So what did I say that was? 24. That's 30 points of damage with my
So as you
my hex blade.
as you just plow through this thing, a huge chunk of mushroom just slides away from its face onto the floor in front of you, and as it hits you, the mushrooms it falls into all seem to rush around and move and shake and kind of consume it. And there's a large chunk missing from this mushroom, this giant mushroom guardian. Yeah, that was... if it could look at you and cry, it probably would.
One tear.
One single tear falling off its little finger.
And that is the end of my go.
Woo. Where's my turn count? It's over here. Wow. Althea, being the warrior you are, you can
It's potion.
You can sense. Yep. It'd be a
Go on,
bonus
sorry.
action to neck it.
Right, that's what I was gonna check, yeah. Go on then. Why not?
You neck the trifle potion?
Yep. Go wrong.
Can you give
We'll
me
see.
an intelligence save, please?
No, I'm a fighter. No, I can't.
You took the trifle potion.
Don't ask me.
You already failed by taking the potion.
There's a 14 with a 15 minus 1.
Whoa, you might be alright. Give me a sec.
Bloody hope I am. I've got 4 hit points.
When I came up with Remy, I was like, this will be a cool idea.
I'm going to keep him forever. Me and Remy are getting married.
Did you get a 15 or a 14?
14, 15
14.
minus 1.
Okay. As you start to glug the potion, it is thick. It matches, like, the whole trifle look of it is for a reason. And it's a thick gloop as you're
Tony just threw up.
as you're necking the yellow and red sparkly potion. And on your 14, the world goes a little bit fuzzy, and you can see it's now like if an immediate mist, thick, and the requiring of a lantern or some sort to be able to like see properly, and it was needed. And your eyes go blur and they start watering a lot. You are healed.
What?
You are healed 4 points of healing.
I sense a butt. Is there a butt?
And then you'll be... Oh, do it, you bastard. It's not going to let me. Right. And you become tiny. Have I got a tiny little...
Oh no!
I nearly fell off my ball.
You
I want
are
to stay
about
this way.
you are about a foot high. Yeah? you're
I'm the tank. What?
your AC goes up by 2.
Does it? Okay,
Yeah.
I'll take that.
He's
Take
hard
it
to
back.
hit.
You're tiny,
Back.
very hard to hit.
Yeah. I'll take that.
Your maximum hit points goes down by 2.
Okay.
Right, I've not got full anyway.
And your damage dice is 1 less. So your
So
longsword's
it's
a
a
D8,
D8.
so it's a D6. And if you
So my
if you-
two-handed is D10.
your two-handed would be a D8.
Fine by me.
Cool.
I'll take that.
So yeah, you are now
Um,
tiny little warrior.
Little tiny Arturian.
I thought it was a different portion, but it was the trifle one, so I'll go ahead.
God damn
Little
it, Remy.
warrior. The little hero. It's like the little prince.
So that's your bonus action. You just turned into a 1 foot high Spartan.
Does my I'm imagining my voice is now chipmunked because I am
Yep,
small.
yep.
Kill you!
Yes, so I would like to, scream something like "For Victoria!" and then hit its ankles if I can.
Cool.
Specifically the ankle.
Say that again, sorry, my
Specifically tentacles.
That's a natural 20, 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
1d8.
Smashing out the crits, kids.
6 plus 4, 10.
10 points. So, as Bjorn just cleaves through this thing, large lumps of mushrooms fall, chunks of mushroom fall off it and get gobbled up by the little mushroom glade around it. You look at yourself, the wounds on you, you nod at Remy, you look at the rest of the party. You see glory in your eyes. Your own eyes. Your eyes have gone that small you can see your own eyes. You're necking the trifle portion, you just go shh. At first you think the mushroom creatures just got really big. And then you're looking around. You're like, oh no. Why is everyone so big? Hi-ya! You just dive through the air at least 6 inches off the floor. and slam into the kneecaps of the creature, and it staggers a little bit. And everyone around you sees it wobble, and for a brief moment after the hefty hit from Bjorn, and your now letter opener sword, as you slam into it, it wavers but doesn't quite fall over.
Oh, if that had killed it, that would have been biblical.
You are. Well, you'll see.
I want to stay like this forever.
Is that your turn?
Yes, I'm done.
Velk, the creature, in your great storytelling days, you can see its end.
Ever the Joker, and after 2 hefty hits, Bjorn thinks about making a mushroom joke, but then thinks the better of it, as that would be Spore taste.
Oh my! Stop googling shit.
Just
stop googling mushroom jokes.
Eddie search history. Mushroom jokes, fungus jokes, fungus jokes.
It's a vicious mockery.
You hit Bjorn instead. That's a save, yeah. It's a natural 17.
Yeah. 14's the save.
Does it take damage?
No.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Is it just nothing at all?
Nothing at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd say the mushroom may have not taken damage, but we all did.
The DM definitely took some psychic damage.
Etheria is wetting themselves laughing.
Emotional damage.
You got what else, Phil? Was that an action?
That was the action. Yeah. For a bonus action, I'll just nudge the mushroom next to me.
just pat it. Fizz, your war cleric. The Red Lady is with you. You see the eyes of death. This creature does not have long to live. What do you do? Well, it might do. You lot just keep doing other stuff.
I mean, there's a good chance I'm not even going to hit it again. Can I get close enough to hit it with all these people in front of me?
Yeah, you can run like down here, and get really fat for some reason, and then.
That's a bit harsh, ain't
That's these mushrooms, man.
Yeah, if you eat enough of them, you know what I mean. Take the sea off chips, you get mushroom hips. Don't know what that means. It's your go.
Just hesitating, like, what? I'm going to try and hit it with my warhammer, please.
You bring your warhammer of the Red Lady, slamming down into the mushroom's torso.
2 hands. And that is a 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 to hit.
You do hit.
Yay!
Can you do 3 points of damage?
5. I did 5.
Oh, yes. How would you like to dispatch the mushroom man?
You know, if you crush like a domestic mushroom, if you like, with a knife, it breaks into. Then you don't cook very often. I don't know, but as you crush into it, you know, it splinters and it breaks apart on the stem. So I'd like to swing the warhammer and smash it into the body of the mushroom and have it just break apart around the warhammer as it hits until it goes there.
Domestic mushrooms.
Domestic mushrooms.
The ones you've tamed and put collars and stuff on and take for walks, not the ones that grow wild in the field.
This one's a feral mushroom. Leave me alone.
As you leap and slam your warhammer of the Red Lady into this enormous mushroom creature, it splinters as you describe. Domestic mushroom. It's got a wife and 6 kids. You obliterate it. It's gone. The quiet, and then all of a sudden the music picks up again, and the mushrooms start playing again to the chimes. All goes silent apart from that music. You're looking around, breathing, and then you hear, "Yeah, for Victoria."
looking up at everyone.
As you see
like,
a 1 foot high
"Bitch."
Althea. Remy is looking at Althea, and the rest of you quite sheepishly.
I'm about to
Have
punch
the
Remy in
smile
the knees.
that he managed to heal Althea. A little bit worried that she's a foot high.
Remy, why?
She asked for a potion. I gave her a potion.
You fucking asked. I'd like to correct you.
I said I had other stuff for the mushroom, but she wanted a potion, so I gave her a potion.
How long will it last?
I mean, this thing's like,
2-3 months.
it will last. That's all it
It
says.
will last until it
That's all
doesn't.
says.
I love it.
I mean, I will say, Althea, you look particularly cute. Velk could carry you now.
Shut up.
Shut up!
Yeah, shut up. AD, is my speed affected at all?
Oh, you moved 10 feet.
I want this to end now. I've had enough.
Right, it's just gonna float down and kind of crouch
Someone
down
make a
and look
papoose
at
out
her.
of some cloves, and I'll just
And
sit
I'll
on your
be-
front.
And I'll be like, this is what I can carry. Like, I'm not that weak. I can carry this.
There's a bit of weight to Althea because she's still in armor and stuff, but it's more like a heavy bag of sugar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
But
get, like I say, a material, wrap it around your front, and I'll sit in it. Like a
You could now,
a baby.
Rhea, kind of dive bomb people with a tiny
Throw
Ithorian
like a dart.
area.
Oh my god!
You could fly over and just drop them into
So
battle.
while you're creating a
I
homebrew
am
class
covered
of
in nets.
flying
You could just hold on.
mini warrior,
Like a Pokemon.
new fighter archetype, hit level 3, become a foot high.
Right, at level 3, there'll be 2 of me. It's fine.
You can stand on top of each other and be a 2 foot high.
I'll be a small creature, not a tiny creature.
So, what's the plan? You're in the cave area.
Beat Remy up.
I had an idea while we were fighting.
That's where all the best ideas happen.
It's about the statue. There are 7 of us, and the tale that I remember is obviously of the 6 and the one who refused. Perhaps if we tried to gain the blessing of the statue, we would. And left one of us out, Remy, for example.
Remy's like, the story said refuse, not thought, and then kind of steps back. Tries to look for Althea to hide behind her, and then realizes it's probably not happening in this moment in time. Just
But
getting kicked
perhaps,
in the ankles.
or I could just touch the statue and the ball and see if anything happens.
You want to touch the statue? You want to touch the statue's balls?
There is only the one ball, but yes.
Did it lose one?
Oh, it's like how big's the drop down? Like
20
when I
foot.
start making my way down. If that's cool.
You can climb down.
Yeah, that's cool.
We've had enough climbing that you've familiarised yourself with the surface areas, and you climb down.
Climbing montages.
Yeah,
Could I inspect like the powder in the bowl and that sort of stuff?
you can. Give me an investigation check. How many fighters in a trench coat? As many as I can wing as an Echo Knight.
18.
18. Because you're focusing like on the gem dust, it is emerald. It still has a pretty decent value to it, even in dust form. Maybe 6 to 8 gold, somewhere in between. Can be used in magic components, rituals, etc. But in your investigations, it's freshly ground, or freshly broken, or freshly dusted.
And there's nothing like around that looks like it's emerald as well. Like so this
The
dust
only
doesn't
emerald,
work.
so the only emerald presence is the ground up gem dust in the
that's
bowl.
cool, that's cool.
There doesn't seem to be any other gem orientated stuff in the caved area.
And the colour in the ball on the statue as well, yeah? You said there was emerald in that as well?
In the bowl,
Ball, okay.
BOWL.
Oh, he's holding a bowl.
That's why
Right.
they're all taking the piss out of you.
Okay.
But it makes sense now because you thought it was an actual ball, but no, it's a ball.
For the entire time we've
Yeah,
been in here.
I got that.
AD, I need you to know that when you say those two words, they sound
They sound
exactly,
exactly
the same.
You've just said it. It's lost all meaning.
Bowl, bowl,
Bowl,
bowl,
Look,
bowl.
Eddie walked up to her and
bowl.
went, "Can I investigate the dust in the bowl?"
He's known you for like 20 years.
You've known me
So have I,
longer, Rich.
but-
You've known me longer.
Yeah, but Richard's Welsh. It's not his fault.
I mean,
So is Eddie.
Even Mel.
Yeah. Good point. I was ignoring that. Shut up, Eddie.
they've got a Tupperware tub in their hand,
Okay.
and it's
right.
got gem dust in it. Right?
Tupperware. Oh, we
Okay.
understand.
So, does it look like the powder's being put in a specific, like put in a certain manner? If that makes sense, like in a specific way,
no.
or it's just
They've
being piled in?
crushed it and just dropped it in.
Does it seem like it's some sort of almost, so it's like an offering type thing, in a sense that like somebody's
Yes,
put it in
that
the
would
bowl.
that would match the religious stuff that you've all discussed so far. That it would be an offering of sorts.
Do you happen to have any crushed gems?
Are you touching the statue while investigating? Because the Tupperware tub is part of the statue.
Like it's holding it at the front, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually the same sculpt piece, if that makes sense. Or are you you just not touching it and just looking with your eyes?
I'd be looking at the minute. Yeah. Is any so? Could I, like, if nobody else has moved down or anything like that?
I've come
Okay,
back in.
that's cool.
I
Like,
Don't have control of my own movement.
I've moved me.
I meant as being tiny, AD. I have control of the token.
Oh, okay. I was like,
unless anybody else does anything else, I will start to cast Identify again on the statue this time. Though.
ooh, you're doing it
so-
ritualistically, yeah?
Yeah. So the book will float round, and the kind of strands from the book will just start kind of latching onto elements of the statue, and the pens, the quill will start scribbling.
It's up to you if you notice this, Velk. But what the rest of you see is Velk come about. So it's ankle deep water for Velk, probably a little bit deeper. Althea, you probably need to swim it. He comes out the water, and full on Jesus is it around the statue. Completely concentrating on the statue, but he begins to walk around the statue. The book following him, and the magic quill.
Following him round, still trying to read that damn book.
About to touch the bowl, I notice this happening and take my hand back in a rare moment of Bjorn being cautious.
Has anyone, because I missed the first half, the mushrooms are purple
Purple and grey.
and our eyes are purple. Has anyone looked at that as being a thing, or is just the colour
Not yet.
purple a coincidence?
You are
Okay.
unsure.
Ren, I will think on that. Being 1 foot
Mushroom
tall.
in my eye.
Just I don't know where I was going with it, but there's two purple things.
So anyone doing it while Velk does his identify?
Following him.
I might take a short rest on the floor if we're just standing around staring at a statue, and see if I can do so. I might sit down.
He'll be done casting in 10 minutes. I'd say you need at least half hour minimum to fully take advantage of a short rest. So it's up to
Well,
yourself. You can start one and then you
I'll
can
start one
determine
and see
after
where
that,
it goes.
Yeah. So
I'll
you
sit
are,
up on the
even those
above.
other than Velk, you are all in short rest mode for now, unless you start actively doing stuff. 10 minutes passes by. Velk, as your spell comes to completion, all the water around the cave, as if it's when you pull a sheet from under glasses and such on a table, so quick, like the water just disappears from out. The entire floor is shiny green and gemstone cut in its appearance that you couldn't see through this very small, like I say, ankle deep water. Completely gone, and you are now stood on a super polished floor of emerald gemstone. The gemstone dust in the bowl starts to rise up in the air and form, and it recreates a small emerald stone. The statue itself holds teleportation magic, divination magic, conjuring magic, and a very, very small flavour of evocation. As you are identifying it, where the sharp edges of the emerald would meet, even though the floor is polished, you can see it's kind of got that refracted look about it. You can see where the edges are like sharp on the gemstone, but beneath this perfectly polished floor, you start at those points. Small like stars appear beneath the floor, and they form a circle around the statue, and they all go off in different lines. And you have identified a teleportation circle.
Nice.
The
Did you
green
do that,
emerald stone in the Tupperware box is kind of levitating now, just outside of the outside of its bit. A basin. There you go. We'll go with that. High fantasy. Just above the depth of the basin, it just hovers in the air. And you can, you've identified it. The points on the floor, you can see the same tiny little glints of light points on the emerald stone that's just appeared.
It doesn't look like the emerald goes fits into any slots kind of thing.
Oh, you identified, don't you?
What is it?
Holding the emerald stone and almost Dorothy in it will activate the teleportation circle to take you to another known the closest teleportation circle to the place you wish to go.
Does it look like a one use?
Yes, so it will activate teleportation.
But like as in, does it look like, so for example, if I wanted to grab it and hold people, is it taking them?
So teleportation activates, you've got 6 seconds to get in.
Cool, happy days.
So then it's like, if you open the tree stride, they've got to run in that turn. So if they climbed out of it, only you would go. It's also one way. It's good 15 feet all around you. It's massive.
Cool.
Okay. So we could all just stand in it before it grabs.
Easily. You know all that because you identified it. There's no rules or anything. Cool. I was trying to be all vague, and then I was like, just identified it. But yeah, you can activate this teleportation circle to a place of your choice or nearest circle. It's only one way, so you wouldn't be able to return to it.
To the place of choice.
Yeah, full on Dorothy, mate. Click your heels 3 times. If you said you wanted to go back to Cruel and the teleportation circle were 10 miles down the road, it'd take you to that one.
Yeah, nice one. Cool. So Etheria is nearby, right?
Mm-hmm.
They all
are. I'll be like, the curious Caranthian looks at the statue and thinks, that looks mighty like a teleportation circle. If I were to grab that gem, that emerald that floats, it would perhaps teleport me and those within 15 feet to a place of my choice.
That's so freaking cool. I whispered in breath, I'm sorry, Velk, but I kind of identify as Vi. I spent most of my life there training. I was kind of born in that other place, but... But yeah, that's really cool.
Tipex.
I shout to the party. We found a teleportation circle.
Bjorn's a foot from you and nods.
Figured it. Thank you.
You have to give me half an hour to get there.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, Bjorn. That's why I normally use my inside voice.
Inside voice, yes.
Yeah, my inside head voice.
I can't go back to a Toria like this. People will laugh. I've got a reputation to uphold.
Perhaps
you want to sit inside my kimono?
Perhaps we should sit a moment anyway. Heal a little, rest before wherever this teleportation circle spits us out.
You do see Faze essentially performing first aid and just not necessarily bandages as such, but checking herself, checking her armour, taking advantage of the rest she started.
Also, if we are going to leave, and as you said, it is one way. We cannot return. There were, I believe, other unexplored avenues. We have not yet searched them. Do we want to continue here and then return? And...
I think we should go, but where was everybody heading when they came to this place?
Remy, where were we
Giving
going?
a child.
We were
That was
trying to rescue a
definitely the name of
kid.
the place.
You were rescuing a kid?
Yeah.
We were trying to.
We were going to a festival in the town in Etoria.
Ooh,
But I'm not going back there. They'll make me join the circus. I'll never fight in a gladiator.
What was the name of the town?
Altheria ponders Boxy Bay.
There you go.
Yeah.
How to
Boxy
go
Bay
where
is
you
where we're
want them to
going.
go without saying, let's go here.
We were traveling to Mutrito, Ethereal and I.
Yeah. Is that near Boxy Bay?
I do not know.
Do I know where Boxy Bay
Need
is?
to ask a local.
Not Etheria, Althea.
Yeah.
Matrido is the north coast, Buxy Bay is the southeast coast.
Nowhere near.
Oh.
Different ends of the country.
And
quite literally.
Etoria is thousands of miles.
And,
No, nowhere near.
Oh.
Is
How do we
anything close
choose
to where
what's
I was
going?
going?
where were you going, Face, Rhea?
Yeah, the notes I have for that are not in front of me. It's hard for me to say.
I know, it's just seeing new stuff. I don't really pay attention to names. Surprised I know half of yours.
Too much work
Hey.
So,
Where was I going, dear?
I'm just having a look now.
Thank you.
Oh, I've lost that.
This is what happens when you have a different notebook for the session 0 to the one used for the main campaign and forget to transfer the notes over between the two.
You have notebooks?
Yeah. A pretty one.
Right. I have one notebook.
I can't write it on D&D Beyond,
So,
it doesn't exist.
yourself, Faze, you just knew you were going to Etoria. Like, you had no specific
I ran already
destination. You were just going to the nation of Etoria to essentially, as your backstory says, dig for stuff.
That says Remy and Patrice. They're the notes that I've taken this campaign.
They're the same notes you had last campaign.
Remy and Patrice, the two people that are not in this party. whose names I need to
Remy
remember.
waves. I'm right here. Or waves down. I'm right here.
Gosh.
Do you like having shins?
Just quickly.
Chins? Oh,
reactively.
I thought you said chins.
You know, I thought you said chins.
I was like,
Chins
I
off.
had chins.
Althea considers what might the others be doing, Matrido?
I was
Why don't you
making
just
my-
ask him, Velk? Like,
Remy, I think he just did. And then backs away from Althea's angry shin kicking.
I was searching for a thief of sorts who had travelled from Vaconia with a band of bards and players and entertainers.
I don't suppose it.
Sorry?
I was just going to ask about the entertainers. Don't worry, carry on.
Althea considers, thieves and entertainers. Buxy Bay surely sounds like a place that they would go.
we were, in fact, travelling to Buxy Bay to attend a festival of sorts that I imagine would be full of thieves and entertainers. Probably more entertainers than known thieves. But they might know something of your thief.
That might actually fit what I was looking for too. I was looking for a specific group of players, so I would be happy with that as a starting point, if nothing else.
If they're not in Buxy Bay, people there may know them, or be able to point us in the right direction at least.
Yeah. Velk, what does your book say that I was looking for?
Just smiling at
As you say that, you could just see Velk like scribbling out Corinthian Vegas. I'll be right with you.
Do you remember the group of players you were looking for? Sorry, Face.
Well, will you stop asking me questions that would clearly be in the other book, you spoon?
Was it perhaps the Guild of Ectelio?
Yes.
Yes! Yes, it was. And I knew that, because I'm a good player.
Like the DM made strings to tie all this together.
Then
Yes, it's all coming together.
Just like
Nose to
that.
me. Nose to me. Just making shit up.
we at least have a goal in common.
You're trying to get to the same guild?
I am trying to find out more about them, yes.
Can I ask why?
There is a thief amongst them. And I have been sent to take back what was stolen.
What did they steal?
Constitution.
It was more freely given.
Only my life.
My
My
literal
ability to
life
get a good
force.
night's sleep.
Sorry,
Let it just be
Steve.
said. Let it just be said that justice is coming for them.
The Wicked Witch ponders. How does this fit with my evil plan?
What's your evil plan, Ray?
To fun. Which obviously isn't happening because, you know.
Wow.
As she
Ridiculous.
says the words, she thinks, Buxy Bay. Fun to be
Sounds
had
fun.
everywhere.
Possibly. It's new.
Remy nods.
I've literally
like,
seen Foria. That's it.
Remy's nodding. Like Althea and
Remy's-
himself were heading that way.
Remy's first outing, I think he got a bit more than he wanted
Yeah.
before.
And he goes back. He's retired adventurer at level 2.
Yeah, Remy's stepping out for the first time.
Perhaps with Remy's skills in alchemy, he should actually retire
Yes.
early. Give it up and
Don't think he should have
take,
started.
take up farming, perhaps.
He's made it to 17 years old and has to retire.
To be fair, I didn't Eldritch blast anyone in the face.
He's got you there.
I'm just gonna fist bump Remy. Like,
He puts his finger out and fist
Yeah, Boxy Bay sounds as good as anywhere to me. But
I can't go back there till I'm bigger. I can't do it.
maybe you'll teleport there bigger.
I can try and reverse it.
You can you?
Everyone take a big step back.
What if you make it worse? What if I'm 10 inches tall? By the end of
You'll
it?
be so
Well,
freaking
You're not
cute.
going to be
You're
10
only 12
inches tall.
now.
No,
What-
you could
but
shrink
I'd
another
rather
2
not get
inches.
smaller.
An extra 2 inch.
I'm gonna whisper to Etheria while this conversation is going on. Could we call her Thumbelina?
Sorry.
She's bigger than a thumb, but I think that fits.
Can I call her Thumbelina anyway?
Can I roll a
take
perception check see if
Out,
I
out
can
the
hear you?
earshot of Disney, yeah.
Because they will come down on you.
They will
Just
tear the
to
little
the
man
post.
apart. Aren't we?
I think you're better off with Thumbelina. Oh, wait, I didn't hear it.
I'd protect your shins and before you call her that.
Everyone gets shin pads.
I'm pretty sure I can move a lot faster than her at the moment.
This isn't forever, Bjorn.
Remy leans
That's
down
not,
to
that's
her.
not what Remy said.
Remy leans down to Althea. I think I've got a portion of hair somewhere.
Ooh, 20 feet around.
Is
Or ponchos.
relaxing at this point, trying to get a short rest, just out of curiosity.
Is what, sorry? Fairs.
Are you trying to, like, can I see a
Fairs
picture
is
of
clearly relaxed, chilled, a good half hour's
Sit on the
passed.
floor.
A
I
good
will,
half hour's
we
passed.
all
What you
I
gotta do,
walk
innit?
over, like,
You're all in
gossiping.
short rest mode.
as
Yeah.
as like I notice like people are obviously relaxing and stuff like that, I'll whip out like a little lyre and start playing it. Just like the party rests to a
Oh, you dirty
soothing
bastard.
tune as they decide what to do next. And I'll just keep playing it like really softly. And anybody who expends a hit die gets an extra 1d6 hit points back.
Nice.
So roll a
I'm good.
d6 now, Ed.
I'm going to take my very crude viol out of my pack as well and see if I can just play along.
Cool, give me a
Like a jam
performance check.
session.
If you get a natural 1, his spell don't work. Go.
Cool. All right.
What hit dice do sorcerers use?
Has anyone got any
D6,
debuffs?
mate,
This is hilarious.
If you
Thank
use
you.
If
you
you
get four
press-
extra hit points back for anybody who expends it.
That's good.
My
for
hand
roll
drum
one.
shrink. I've got one of those.
What did you get, Bjorn?
That would be a 23.
On your performance? Cool.
I'm a charisma caster, man.
Cool. Yeah, you managed to keep up with Velk. I mean, you're playing the best song you've ever played. Velk's just one thumb on the lyre. He's a writer, mate, not a singer.
Remy, how certain are you that you have something that would enlarge me in that bag? You said you might have something
that I have something in my bag that could
in the
enlarge
bag.
you. Yeah.
How certain are you that you can find it and it be the right one?
That's 2 questions.
We sat here a while. Surely you can take
you're
a
not.
bit of time.
There's no rush. Like, I'd rather you get it right than quickly.
Okay, and he opens his bag and he shows it to you, and there are a lot of vials in there with lots of different colours and makeups of colours, and there's glitter in some are just oily, inky, thick, real thin.
I'm gonna get you a labelling
transparent.
kit for Christmas.
I really should have labelled them, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you a stickering kit.
Do you want to help me?
Yeah.
Cool. Roll a d4. Not a d8.
3.
And he rummages in. Let me just check.
I can't believe you've got a table for it.
I love Remy, it's fucking brilliant.
Table of Remy's weird potions. Try this one.
You're like such a guinea pig. What's gonna happen to me next?
Oh, real quick, what health did I get? I didn't listen. I really
Plus 5
So
if you
only
use
if
the
you
dice.
use a dice.
If you use one of your hit dice to get hits back, you get an extra
You
4
get
hit
extra.
points.
But if you
I'm
don't,
not gonna bother.
if you don't, you don't get anything. But it doesn't really matter if you're pretty tanky.
I did
fine.
because my face was making
That's what Eldritch Blast
I'm
does
going
do.
to
healed
need
you
to.
6 points. I dropped you.
I
It
know,
gives you a
suppose.
portion.
But
It gives you a portion that is turquoise in colour, and is about the consistency of water, and there are speckles of silver in the water. This one, when he passes it to you. Well, he kind of like holds it next to you, and you just, it comes to your waist. I mean, yeah, pretty fair. It'd be like you'd be drinking a barrel. Drink that.
Okay.
You drink it?
Yeah.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
I'll tell you when a Ferrier dies, I want to play Remy.
17. 14 plus 3.
You heal 1 point. Return to your normal size.
What?
But I will tell you soon.
Okay.
There's a bit of an aftertaste, and it tastes like seafood. Like you've eaten a lot of prawns or some such.
If I turn into a fish, I swear to God.
You lot give me a perception check.
Look at this stuff.
That include face.
All of you. It's not a strenuous perception check.
17.
15 and above.
Not to a 20.
Oh.
Always.
15 and above, you see these 3 lines appear on Althea's neck. Almost gill-like. No other features. Just only see it when her hair moves, not blatantly obvious.
So she's not.
Tie the chin strap on the helmet.
Yep.
No, she's not drowning in the air.
Nope.
Correct.
Nope.
Okay.
She just seems to have gained gills.
Suddenly I've got to be carried around in a bowl.
For the next 24 hours, Althea, it's going to be a weird combat. Give me the Kraken! I want to fight the Kraken! You are full size again, so it's a big ass. It's a swimming pool. They're carrying you around in a swimming pool. For the next 24 hours, you have water breathing.
Oh, yeah. Cheers, Remy. That'll do.
Are you sick?
Yep.
Pretty
I know I'm allowing you.
When he runs out of potions, he's going to be shit. Like he is. I've got
No,
2
we
hit
make
points.
sure.
And a
I'm going to get
stone.
Remy to a lab.
I'm not
We're
sure.
gonna have to take lots of days and places, so Remy can.
So you've had a short rest. You are back to yourself. What's the plan? There's only 2 plans I see as a DM. You continue exploring this mountain wherever it may be, or by the sounds of it, go to Buxy Bay.
I don't see the advantage in exploring this place. We ended up here by accident. We don't know what we're looking for.
We're gonna end up getting lost.
Yeah, and that mushroom guy wasn't very fun.
There was also the matter of the footsteps in the crystal cave. We don't know who was generating those, and they could be quite powerful based on them yanking Velk up towards the ceiling and dangling him there.
Yeah, and looking around, I think we'd have to backtrack through that cave.
What new adventures await the party ponders?
I'm happy with going through the transport and getting back to what I was trying to do in the first place.
Wait, we're gonna try and rescue that child again because it's really not worth it.
Not that thing. Sort of my more end goaly things.
Oh, the not dead rest of your clan.
Some of them dead. Rest of my group.
Your clan's dead?
No, some of them are dead. Which could probably be said for most people's families, I would imagine.
I'm happy to go to Buxy Bay just because I know where it is. I've got no idea where we are now. I'm comfortable there.
My end goal's pretty fluid. I'm happy to go wherever.
At some point, I do need to go to Matrito and visit the Forgotten Temple and place a silver coin in on an altar. But to be fair, she only said when you get to Matrito. Did not actually give me a time limit.
Yeah, I'm probably expected there, but
we'll get there when we get there.
All right. So we're all happy to go to Buxley Bay? Buxy Bay?
Buxy Bay.
Buxy Bay.
Theria steps
Buxom
towards
Bay.
the crystal, making sure that FaZe is nowhere near it with that kind of language.
Diagon Alley moment there.
I want to go to diagonally.
Buxley Bay.
So,
Buxy Bay. Okay.
Who's activating it?
I suppose I'll obey my book a friend and pick up this crystal.
No one's ever said I'll obey my book friend. I'll tell you right now.
My book friend.
You grab the crystal. You feel the
I'm
magic.
fascinated by this guy in his book.
You feel the magics run through you. You're an arcane wielder yourself. You are aware that as the teleportation magic clings to your essence, awaiting for you to command it where to take you. Do you wish to go to Buxy Bay? This is on you, Etheria. You could go anywhere in the world right now. I'll just go home, motherfucker.
Back to Bay. Back to Bay.
Let me get
No.
another map.
I will go to the
Buxy Bay.
Buxy Bay, not Booty Bay. I keep reading the chat and it's putting me off.
It's not far off, to be fair. As the magic fills the room and the teleportation circle activates and you all step inside it, woof, the mountainside disappears. What you can all hear as you are rushing through time and space.
Time.
For
What
dramatic
time are we
effect.
going? Okay.
We get to Buxy Bay in the past.
You hear
Get to
the
Buxy Bay, there are dragons.
You hear the familiar noise of a shipyard, of a port town, of people working on the docks, of people walking around the water, swishing in on the piers and such. But all before you is just stars. Ever constant. You can hear the sound of the location you're going to. Velk. On your way as you're all rushing through this teleportation, this spell, you look around you and they all disappear. You're just left by yourself in this vast sea of stars. And books start to appear. A similar design to yours, but different aesthetically. Like the different levers are used, different clasps are used on the corners, different feathered quills are above them. Multiply tens, hundreds, thousands all around you. And you look about at all the lore you can absorb on your travels and how you can use it to wield greater stories, create poems and odysseys, and there's a moment where you have a little bit of a chubby on as you embrace the College of Law before you and hit level 3.
Nice.
Plot thickens and the story unfolds. So many tales to be told.
Beyond Vulcan, as you are travelling through your teleportation, those stars, again, similar, become more similar, more, and you are home. Snow beneath your feet. Tundras to your right, clouds to the left. And you just see forests all over the mountains, and it's as if you've got a beautiful view of the entire nation of Viconia all the small provinces, the territories of the tribe. And still you can hear this port town ambience around you as you start seeing flickers of a wooden room where you're almost at the end of this teleportation. And then you see stood before you, which is very surreal to see there your avatar of your deity before you with such a background of sound. There isn't the dominating, presence that they'd normally bring to you. But they present to you a chain, a tome, and your axe. And you simply hear the words, "Choose your boon." So
Mile wide, in the comfort of my home, and I take the axe once more.
As you take the axe, it seems to extend into a grey axe, then shrink down to the battle axe that you're used to using. You move it around, it is perfect balance. You do a couple of spins, more for show. You feel the magic of Costo running through this axe. They kind of just fade away into the stars. You don't see their face because their hood, as you are aware, their robe is always appearing too big for them, and their hood hangs down and you can't see their face, except for the lower part, and you just see a smirk at the sound of the port town around you. And you have in front of you the pact of the blade, your battle axe of Costo. You release it, it disappears, and you're at the end of your teleportation. The rest of you, except Althea, the rest of you appear in a wooden room, very nicely built. The planks are perfectly symmetrical in this room. The more you look around it, the creation of this teleportation room is perfect, as if someone has taken a mirror and just symmetrized. Fucking, pretty sure that's not a word. The entire room. It is absolutely millimeter perfect. There are paintings of immediately what appear to be the same person, but there are varying, how do I word it? This comes across as insulting, I do apologise, but varying genders of personal preference of the way they style their hair. So there are androgynous pictures that you can't quite, they all sort of mix, but as you're looking at them, it's the same person, the same long black hair, short black hair, shaved just a bit of stubble, the same piercing blue eyes. It's probably the only common thing across all of this artwork of this individual. They're in a golden attire, whether it be a dress, a robe, a shirt, a sleeveless shirt, a high formal gown sort of attire. There is so many flavours of this individual in this room, in all the different artwork all around this room. Again, the pictures are perfectly framed in just circular golden rim, perfectly around, and you're pretty sure if you measured the height from the floor to the bottom and the ceiling, it'd all be perfectly matching. But there is no sign of Althea. Remy's a little panicky. You're all looking around just as the magic's fading, just before the teleportation finally completes. Althea, you hear the sound of a port town. No new sound to you, you've been in many, you are popular, but have yet to earn true greatness amongst the arenas, of which you acknowledge both. There is a memory of the arenas, and you're just, as you're flying through this teleportation spell, it's the first time you've ever done it. There are stars, there's the sound of a port town. You're looking around. None of your companions of recent are there. You start to see images of battles that you've had in the arenas. When you first started out, you've got no arm, you've just got a shitty little rusty sword, and you're told to, survive against large wolves or creatures from the desert lands that have been brought up for you to fight. Then you'll go up against other up-and-coming gladiators. Some of the fights you might have lost, obviously not to the death, but you were still the more popular one in the fight. There are moments throughout your early career that you start having flashbacks, and then there are fights that you try and remember, and you're enjoying the memory of those. And as you're watching these memories just play out, as you're kind of just keeping yourself distracted from the teleportation, it ain't you fighting anymore. You look and you recognise the way you move, the way you train, your little signature spins, your cheeky moments where you let the person attack think they're going to hit and then bring your shield up and then hit them on the ass with the back of your sort of flat of your blade. You know, that sort of gaining popularity without necessarily shedding blood all the time. And then when they push it, you unleash your true skill. But what you're seeing before you is a very large, V'd, Dorito-shouldered, muscular male. Long black beard that is tight braided, so it keeps everything out of the way. They're in the same armour you're wearing. When they turn, they've got the same almost features as yourself. Your beard's less braided. Same features as yourself. The way they stand, the way they move, they've got the same V you have, the same muscle structure. They are a replication of yourself, almost an echo of yourself, but in a very different aesthetic. You kind of look, and as you're looking, it's like that mirror moment where you tilt your head, they tilt their head, you bring your hand up, they bring their hand up, and then they draw their blade, and you instinctively draw your blade. And somehow, during this teleportation, you're running at each other, and there's a grin on both of your faces, as if you're seeing a sibling from long lost times away. And as you come together and clash steel, the spark that comes off the swords, you shield your eyes as you notice them shield their eyes, and when you open them, you're in the same wooden room that this lot are. The wooden wall to your south, as you all kind of like notice each other in this room now, opens up like a curtain. And you see the figure that's in all these paintings. Tall, shoulders back. They have makeup done. They have makeup done all up one side of their face. Love you. All up one side of their face of golds and silvers, beautiful across the eyes and whipping out at the corners of the eyes. Just up one side, blends perfectly back. Their head is shaved, and then their long black hair goes over the top and hangs down in front of them. This side is less done with makeup, but still has elements of makeup on, but subtler and less of the extravagant on the one side to give a whole. So when they turn, they've got a bit of a angle for their makeup rather than front on. And they stand there, they've got a long ash wooden staff in their hand, and on top of it is a perfect, almost looking glass orb, like a snow globe on top of the staff. Their clothing is golden with silver trim, and they just stand there. They are very, I don't know if I'm saying it right, androgynous to look upon, and they just kind of look at you all with this absolutely ridiculously stunning smile. Perfect teeth. Everything about them is just bam, and they just stare at you, and that's where we're going to leave the session. And you've all hit level 3.
Awesome.
And I'll change the overlays for next week.
Yeah. And I was like, I did notice last week that I was like Hannah TBC for like most of the episode, and then suddenly realised I went.
It was the battle one I didn't change. So yours were changed on this overlay, but on the battle, on the Roll20 overlay, I'd not changed it. So yeah, I had to change it.
Hannah TBC. You're not allowed a character.
Yeah, Hannah TBC.
When I made them, she didn't have a character name, so I forgot about it. But my bad. But yeah, I'll up them to 3 for next week. And you'll obviously be an Echo Knight, and you'll be a you've got your Hexblade and Law Bard. I'm pretty sure you said Law. Eddie, speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had to make sure. So thank you very much for tuning in, folks. That's Monday. That's when Glory's Not Enough. Session 3, brand new campaign, smashing it out. Thank you for all the viewers. It's super appreciative and humbling to see lots of folk jumping in and heckling in the chat. It's wonderful. Thank you for all the bits. I hope you enjoyed your little Mushroom Man fight. And
he's so cute. I didn't want to hurt.
So the snow golem is a snowman. It's just a snow carrot, fucking arms and sticks, angry eyes, ridiculous. But yeah, thank you very much for that. Go check out like Coyote Grey, 2 Minute Tabletop, Sunscape, all that good stuff. They're really cool at what they do, and you can use them for your great games. We're back on tomorrow for Feebles Among Titans for session lot 60 summit. I don't know if Dice of the Older are on midweek. We'll let you know.
Charlie might have a baby by then.
We might have a baby be older. We might have a baby be older, so we'll let you all know. So thank you very much. Take care of yourselves. For now, say good night, players.
Good night,
Night,
Blaze.
Blaze.
See you later, folks. Thank you. Bye bye.